From the hot air balloon capital of the world, this is live coverage of the 2025 ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. It's Balloon Fiesta Live. And now, direct from the rooftop studio at Balloon Fiesta Park in Albuquerque, New Mexico, here are your hosts, Art Lloyd Jr. and Ted Maes.
Well, hello, world. So they popped us up early because we usually do a little dance here to the show.
They caught us fooling around.
Yeah, that's...
I'm going to go have the conversation after this show with them.
Hey, it's Kids Day at the ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. It's Special Shapes Day. It's Competition Day. It's a day when we do it all.
And then we wrap it up tonight with it all over again. So let's get through today, though, first.
Yep.
You know, people are online and they're asking, is there a green flag? There's not a green flag yet. We're looking at the weather that's been coming out since 3 this morning, and there is some breezy conditions out here. But, again, we all know that when that sun crests those majestic sandias, things change, and they change a lot. And the indication looks like it will change.
The other thing is they never change the flag off of yellow until the end of pilot's briefing. They wait until they have given all the weather and officially announced what we're doing today. We're a go, we're on hold, whatever that may be. That happens at pilot's briefing. And so at pilot's briefing, when they get to that point, that's when they send somebody over to change the flag.
And we already see the balloon of the day, the Chick-fil-A balloon, being piloted by Shalina Shamo. Getting going cold inflation right there. So we see the rest of the Dawn Patrol right beyond them doing their cold inflation as well.
So Chick-fil-A having to kind of do double duty today, the Dawn Patrol show, the balloon of the day as we move forward. Kids Day got started at 4:30 here this morning.
There were a lot of people lined up in Alameda this morning
apparently
going to Kids Day.
Because
so they listened to us.
Yep, they're giving away free bags of stuff to kids 12 and under. They had things like trading cards and cereal and milk and who knows what was in that bag.
They told me if I had a shave, they would give me a bag, but I didn't shave, so I didn't qualify.
There you go. I was in the brief about it last night just by happenstance. And so, yeah, it was like, no, Grandma can't come get it. So you'd qualify as Grandpa, I guess, with your beard. So,
wow, all right.
Yeah, but that doesn't get you the bag.
No.
So we've already sent Diane Kinderwater down there. Hopefully she'll be able to bring us up to speed on how Kids Day is getting started on the field this morning. We should be going to pilot's briefing and checking the weather, so we'll get the latest on what the wind conditions are. But the game plan today is for us to send up Dawn Patrol, and then we're going to stand up not only our shapes, but we're also going to stand up and send out of here about half of our regular shape balloons. Those are the guys that aren't interested in flying competition. They're just going to go fly for fun. The shapes have an option. They can fly. They can stand up and do a static display. They'll be all along the east side of the field. And then along about 8 o'clock, if we're on schedule, all of the balloons, the other half of the regular balloons, they've left the field, or they will be leaving the field after pilot's briefing. And they're going to go find a launch site that's at least a mile away and attempt to fly back into the field and throw their markers and their rings on the targets here on the field. We know that there's going to be 5 poles out there, and you need to pull get the ring that looks like this, get this ring here, and throw that over the pole.
Right.
So
while you're flying the balloon, while you're dealing with the conditions. I've been there, done that, and gotten so close, and it's really frustrating. I've seen other people do it without a hitch.
Yeah.
I've had other people bump me out of the way as I'm
too.
headed right to the pole. So it will be interesting. And there could be some competition pilots. You know, this is the last day. Can you believe it? It's already Friday.
I know. Hard to believe.
They may be looking at the scores going, I just don't have a chance at this point. They may just go fun fly too.
Just go fun fly as well.
Yeah.
There will be other set of targets out there. We don't have the specifics yet, but the idea then is you get to throw your marker on those. And, of course, we always talked about it needs to be unfurled.
Correct.
So this is the weighted part of the marker. This is where they're going to measure to. This part can just flap in the wind, and it's just kind of a visual to be able to get to this and give us some
And to be a fair score, you just can't wad it up like so, or tie it up and be able to throw it down at the ground. It has
you could wad it up as long as it unfurls on the way down.
And you'll see a lot of these pilots. They're winging these things. I can go right at the camera here.
And then it gets caught in the crown line and does exactly what just happened
exactly.
there. Yeah.
But you'll see them up there really, really going. Like I think the camera person's gonna. There we go.
All right, so we told you it's Kids Day, and Diane, we sent her down there, and she found one of the biggest kids of all, Steve Stucker. So Diane, take it away.
Albuquerque Live, right?
Yeah, Balloon Fiesta Live. Steve Stucker, Diane Kinderwater, we're back together again.
Oh my gosh.
Worked at KOB decades ago, the last millennium.
They have been warned. And we're here with something I think you guys will be interested in. You know these two.
Yeah. I videotaped your wedding. I videotaped your wedding.
And Masland here. And you know why they're here, Diane? To talk about a $100,000 matching grant you guys just got.
That's right. We are doing a really exciting project. We broke ground just this week on a outdoor balloon adventure, and it's the best of what the Balloon Museum has to offer, but under the New Mexico sky. You'll be able to see it from Balloon Fiesta Park, and we're starting on phase 1, and it's going to have so many wonderful elements, but we need everyone's help to get us rolling phase 2.
And you got somebody that put in $100,000. But it needs to be matched?
That's right. There's a challenge that's happening right now during Balloon Fiesta only, that every donation that will be made during Balloon Fiesta will be matched by the Winker family, Jim and Marlene Winker Charitable Trust.
That is awesome. Where's my checkbook at?
It's right there, Steve. It's right there. You got it with you. Pull it out. Pull it out.
This is something that's not just special to your family and ballooning history, but all of New Mexico. Talk about the museum and what it means.
It certainly is. To see, can we give it a hand for 20 years? This
yeah,
museum,
isn't that amazing?
It's celebrating its 20th anniversary, and it's just a gem of New Mexico, a true international museum. So we are delighted to get it into its next phase with an outdoor exhibit that's for the kid in all of us.
Well, if you don't know, the museum is at the south end of the field, and a lot of people are surprised. They're two completely separate entities, but you're kind of like kissing cousins, I guess, here, you know? Well, we will post on my Facebook page, Steve Stucker, New Mexico Weatherman, and we'll try and do on KOB.com. We'll get you guys...
And BalloonFiestaLive.com.
So that people know how to donate, where to donate.
So you can go to balloonmuseum.com/donate, and your donation will be matched right now during Balloon Fiesta. And if you get it a certain level, you can double that and have that recognition on our donor wall.
Love it, love it. Thanks for coming by, ladies. Say hi to Art and the crew for me, okay,
We
Diane?
got it. You see it right there.
Hello, hello. Over my shoulder, we see the picture.
How wonderful. We're still online.
Oh, good.
We're still online.
I'm probably over my time.
Yeah. Good fun to put those guys together. Steve Stucker, always a great guy to chat with.
That was a lot of energy over there on that side of the field.
Yeah. So
they were doing their own glow.
They kind of were. Yeah, Steve Stucker, of course, retired from KOB a couple of years ago, but they keep bringing him back for Balloon Fiesta, and he says he just can't get away from it. He just loves, of course, he loves coming back, and we love seeing him. We were on with him last Saturday morning.
Pretty much an iconic part of Balloon Fiesta around the metro area for people that have lived here. Yeah.
He is. So that's, always great to have him on and to kind of do that simulcast with KOB, because we were live on KOB TV as well as they were live here on Balloon Fiesta Live. So Dawn Patrol is now mostly standing up. Looks like all of them might be standing up. Yep, there's Tim Taylor right there in the center with the red, white, blue, and the stars. To the left of him was Matthew Grote in his X-rated gesture. As they fire off the burners, we're able to see who's who. So I want to talk just a little bit about last night.
Yep.
So we were out here on the field fairly early, about 4 o'clock or so. Everything's looking good. There were a few clouds over the mountain, not a big deal. We get to the 5 o'clock when Team Fast Tracks jumped in with the flag. The clouds over the mountains had kind of gone away. It's sunny. We're thinking it's going to be a really great night.
And then you asked me, what are your thoughts? Do you think that storm's going to be beyond the mountain? We kind of both looked at each other and scratched our heads.
Yeah,
and thought,
what side of the mountain is that going to stand?
We're in the clear.
And I fully expected us to be.
Yep.
So then, actually about 10 minutes before we went on the air, I was on the other side of the roof, on the Tom Rutherford observation deck, if you will. And I'm chatting with people over there. I said, it's gonna be really good. Clouds have moved off, everything looks good. I come back over here, we go on the air, we roll the tape on Fast Tracks, and this huge black cloud forms and comes right over us.
Mother Nature had a different idea.
In fact, if you were watching, we ended the recording from our camera 2, and you see the bright sunshine. We came out of it live to camera 2, and it's dark.
Yeah.
And then within the matter of about 15 minutes, we ended up calling a shelter in place. We got very wet for about 20 or 30 minutes. Then there was about a 10 or 15 minute break. Then we got even more rain. And so somewhere around 7:30, I believe it was, maybe a little earlier than that, they actually did scrub all the events. No more. We did not do the glow last night. We did not do the drone show. We did not do our fireworks, and Team Fast Strikes did not jump at 7:30. Because we scrubbed everything, that means all the tickets for last night have been rain checked. And the way that works is, because they're electronic tickets, they've all been reactivated. So they will scan again when you come back to Balloon Fiesta. And they are good for any session of Balloon Fiesta this year. So you have to use them today, tomorrow, or Sunday. So they don't carry on to other years. Obviously, if you had a specialty area, Gondola Club, Chasers, and things like that, your ticket becomes a general admission ticket, because those areas have their ticketed times, and we have already sold those out, so we can't bring you back into those. And in most cases, you did at least have the opportunity to partake of the other amenities that took place at those locations.
Still get you in the field. You just can't
Yeah.
go to the
Yeah, and same for parking. You did come, you did park. I understand that's kind of a but that's just that's the way the policy has been written. So your tickets for last night will be good for any event this year. So
we
today,
have 4 more after that.
Yeah,
4 more
today,
events.
tonight, 2 tomorrow, and 1 on Sunday. So that's the way that works with rain checks, and we're just going to move forward and have we're going to have a good day. Dawn Patrol's now launching, so we're going to take a watch and see.
We're looking now again at the Chick-fil-A balloon. That would be Shalina Shamo, and I was going to talk to you guys about, if you pan to the right, you can kind of see the steam coming off of a couple of factories that have been around Fiesta Field for many, many years. A lot of pilots will look at that as they drive to the west side when Fiesta's not going on.
There you go.
To see what's going on. One of them has a heavier disbursement than the other, so you can kind of see that right now, at least before it dissipates, you're getting kind of a southwesterly flow. That is the drainage coming down through the San Diego Cristo Mountains down to the Rio Grande Valley that we talked about, and you can kind of see how that creates the balloons to oscillate back and forth on the ground. And we will see what they do as they begin to launch here for the Dawn Patrol. That was a great shot, and kind of shows
look at that.
people what
I like the steam.
What the winds are doing. Yeah.
So did you say Ron was? I saw Ron was up.
That's Ron Thornton in Peanuts Forever. Yeah, yep. He is.
He's come up back here, I think, now.
Yeah, these studio lights sometimes kind of get us during Dawn Patrol.
He should be back here behind us.
Yeah.
Because he was already.
Nope, he's right. He's directly behind us, right over here.
I was going to say, because when we started, he was back here already.
And he's really not going very fast. He's going on that southwesterly track about, I would say, 2 to 4 knots.
So we're starting to see the others get up as well. So the kind of spiral one there, that's Rick Jones in his Polar Dawn balloon.
From Concord, New Hampshire.
You do that well.
Well, when you travel a lot, you kind of start hearing all of these different accents throughout the country.
Yeah. Oh, here, look at here. We're actually seeing them deploy the marker lights. Any aircraft that flies between sunset and sunrise, and we're not to sunrise yet, has to have marker lights. And even though when you fire that burner off, It's very bright. Obviously, when you're not firing the burner off, you're kind of dark. So you have to have those marker lights, one steady light and one flashing light.
And that's our pilot, Tim Taylor, who took, for the first time on Wednesday, one of our Balloon Fiesta Live cameras up with him. He's going to come and chat with us when he gets back down on the ground later on.
He came up after we were off the air.
We were off the air. I'm like, Tim, I said, right after you get back. And he said, oh, I had to refuel the balloon. I said, you're the pilot. Send your crew chief to refuel the balloon.
Yeah, so, or come talk to us and then go fuel the balloon.
Yeah.
Hey, there's actually a significance to the white of the marker lights as well. You know, if you think about a plane, there's red lights, there's green lights, and there's white lights. And the whole idea of that pattern is by looking at the color of the light, you know whether the aircraft is moving left to right, right to left.
Forward to back, away from you or toward you, yeah.
And if you see a white light, that means you're approaching the aircraft. So balloons hang the white so that no matter which way you see that, you know that
because
you're
we can't move like a helicopter or an airplane can.
Or any other form of aircraft, really. So that's the significance of the white lights that you see us using. Yes, and as Gary reminds us, of course, because we can't steer,
we always have the right of way.
We have the right of way over everything except an aircraft in distress.
Correct.
I'm not sure how we'd get out of the way of an aircraft in distress, but they would still obviously have that piece. So, yep.
I may have told the story before, but you know, I used to do the Krispy Kreme, and I had Mike Gorenflow was my partner at the time in the balloon, and we were setting up. Dawn Patrol was leaving, and I'm not going to say which pilot it was, but they were very excited. It was their first time at Dawn Patrol, and they threw their marker lights out. They just forgot to attach them to the upright.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so poor Mike's there pulling our balloon out, and he just gets KO'd by a set of lights on top of him. And then we could see Mike perfectly.
Yeah, I'll
so
bet.
They had to land on the south side of the field over here and take care of their business.
Yeah, to the credit of that pilot, he knew exactly what had happened, and so he found a spot to land quickly, which isn't easy. So let's find out what's actually happening with weather at Pilot's Briefing.
So we've got more clouds out there this morning, but the wind profile is going to be extremely similar. We've got this big high pressure ridge over West Texas, which is covering New Mexico. You wouldn't think we're under strong high pressure, but off to our east there and southwest winds aloft is bringing that moisture up from what used to be Hurricane Priscilla, and that will continue to flow up into this area throughout the course of the next 3 days. So we don't have any significant boundaries in place other than that subtropical moisture and the high pressure there over southwest Colorado. Satellite imagery really shows that subtropical moisture coming up from the south and west, very apparent on the water vapor. So we're going to continue to watch the radar very carefully through the morning hours here. We're not expecting any new development of showers or thunderstorms. The latest radar is showing the closest echoes up around the Farmington area and then back into Arizona, Utah, and Colorado. That axis of moisture is staying off to our west. So through the morning hours, our lifted index is hanging right around 0 to +1. Should stay that way here through the morning hours. So relatively stable conditions in terms of the atmosphere for that convective activity. As we go through the day today and through the morning hours, here's a high resolution prediction of where the convective activity will be. And again, it's going to be coming in scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon and later towards evening that we'll be watching for you. I mentioned how we have a very similar setup to yesterday, and we do. It's just a little warmer. But we're going to have this robust wind coming down the river valley from the north to the south at the surface and just above the ground. Hence the deja vu comment. We've got a gradient of temperature and pressure between Santa Fe and Albuquerque. The TAF forecasts are very similar to yesterday as well for both Double Eagle and Albuquerque, variable at 5 knots. Broken clouds, it looks like these clouds are about 4,000 to 6,000 feet AGL. Double Eagle, they're a little bit lower. There's a little bit more humidity over at Double Eagle, but we are going to have these clouds around today. METAR, Albuquerque Airport, winds northeast at 3 knots, northeast at 3 knots at Double Eagle, and then here on the field we're northeast around 2 to 5 right now. The pressure at Albuquerque is 30.33 inches and density altitude about 6,500. So as we showed you yesterday, we're going to do it again. The pie ball reading, the most recent pie ball reading, in this layer from the surface to about 2,000 feet, the winds are from the north. And then you get above that layer, winds are from the south. It was a very thick layer, both at the bottom and the top yesterday. The layers are still there. They're pretty thick, but they're not as thick as yesterday in terms of depth. However, you will notice when we take a look at the profiler, there's that layer of wind that is anywhere from 150 to about 600 feet off the ground. That's a little more brisk. That's going to be there again today. Yesterday morning, it was in the low to mid-teens, got up to 18. That's going to be there again this morning. So anticipate that as you get off the field, as you go up a little bit lower. That north to south gradient is still going to be there through the morning. Inversion's going to hold into the 9 o'clock hour. The forecasted winds, surface and aloft, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. are about the same, showing you that surface wind from the northeast. Generally light winds in that profile, but what the model doesn't pick up is that band of quicker layer winds that we get just off the field. Subtropical moisture, not to kick a dead horse, but it's going to be around here today, tomorrow, and into Sunday. So we're going to have this high humidity environment, and we're just going to have to continue to watch things very carefully on radar in the mornings and especially the afternoon and evenings. So time to go to weather helpers of the day. We have two. Charlie McCowan, number 1, and Dean Rulison. So we've got 2 weather helpers today that are going to help us launch a pie ball. Can we have permission to launch, please? And they're off.
So we have the official word from Don Day, the chief meteorologist out here at Balloon Fiesta. Kind of a lot like yesterday.
Looks like competition will be once again you're one and done unless you can find something up there. And trust me, those competition pilots will do all they can to do so. We saw that with many of them, but they got up high, too high, and so high that it was so slow that they couldn't get back to the field in time.
Yeah, they would have been up there all day to try and get back far enough north to be able to drop down and come back and play that box deal. So we're going to continue to watch for that box and that competition, that really high box, if you will.
There was a great shot. I think one of the Dawn Patrollers already got back. That may have been
yeah, they
Jones.
They seem to have a little bit of a northwest as I just kind of looked over our shoulder back there. And so coming back south, up high. So I think maybe those that don't fly competition might be headed out to Rio Rancho. We'll have to, it's a little tough to see just the marker lights, which way they're moving. But
well, the ones two are, they can't really see them on the, well, you can now. You can see one coming by.
Yeah.
I think that's Matthew Grody coming to the south. There's another balloon behind the Chick-fil-A balloon that appears to be going a little bit west. And, you know, ask and you shall receive from this crack camera crew. Look at that shot.
Tim Taylor's a little higher. And you got Matt out there, Matthew, and I think it was Steve Jones was the other one I saw out there. But yeah, they managed to go up, get back a little bit north, and they're kind of rolling back to the south. But they're also farther west. So the box kind of rolls over to the west as you come back around. Yeah, Tim's now dropped down into that same layer as we look at Matthew.
X-rated Juster. New balloon. Now we have plenty of pictures, Matthew. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But then again, yesterday we continued to run into pilots who were piloting balloons that we thought who they were, but they weren't because they decided to change something last minute. Art spends all this time throughout the year building this awesome balloon spotter, and then he's over here pulling what little hair he has left out every time this happens. I think Henry had more hair than you the other day.
He did. Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, well, one of the pilots said, I wasn't flying that balloon. That was so-and-so. I was flying my other one. And I actually wrote him back and I said, I think we need to put a rule. You have to fly the same balloon all week. You can't change balloons. One balloon, you fly it all week. The other thing about that is I always think that we ought to put banner numbers on every side of the basket, no matter how many sides you have.
That would help out everything.
It really would.
Hey, I hear Diane is down with the Chick-fil-A people, so.
It's Kids Day. presented by Chick-fil-A. So, Diane, what kind of kids you got, or what do you have?
I've got adorable kids here. What kind of kids do I have, Art? They're all beautiful kids. Everybody's a kid at heart. And, of course, we got the cows here because Chick-fil-A is sponsoring, and Mara and Esper, and they're from Santa Fe with their dad. And what a day to come, Dad. Look at, they have breakfast, and I was tasting this. Oh, I'm going to be drinking on the job. What did you have in your bag? Can you open your bag for me? Tastes good. We've got cereals, Lucky Charms, and of course, it's fun. I was saying everybody's a kid on Kids Day, but of course, to get in free, you have to be 12 and under. But this place is packed, and we're so happy that Chick-fil-A is sponsoring Kids Day. I mean, really wonderful, and a lot of goodies in here, and they are still giving them out. Really a nice big crowd, and the weather, oh, it seems delightful right now. Dad, you came from Santa Fe?
Yes.
What time did you leave this morning?
We left around 2:30, and
that's a.m.
Yeah, exactly. And beat the traffic, and we're here. It's warm. It's beautiful. Ready to have a good time.
What do you think of all these kids here today?
This is my first time, and there's a lot of kids, a lot of people, and there's enough space for everyone.
Yes, there's enough space for everyone. And, of course, they're excited to see the balloons come up. And we appreciate Chick-fil-A. Really appreciate you guys. You guys. Are they guys? I'm not sure. Are they guys? What do you think? Are they guys? We're not sure. Cows, I think, are women, maybe. Bulls are guys. Okay. Yeah. We're learning a lot here, but we know that we love Chick-fil-A. Everybody, thumbs up for Chick-fil-A. Woo! Back to you, Ted and Art, at the Tom Rutherford Broadcast Studio.
Thanks, Diane. Yes, a great corporate arrangement with Chick-fil-A and the Balloon Fiesta, and there's many, many companies out here that actually make this whole event possible. So it is Kids Day out here at the ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. I am Ted Maes, along with my broadcast partner.
Well, that's my cue. Art Lloyd Jr.
Oh, yeah. Leave me hanging like that. Speaking of kids, I'll tell you what, I have a...
I get ornery as the week gets farther
I can tell. I have a friend back home, Jeff Patton, who has a brand new grandson Archer in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. So, Jeff, I hope you're watching and enjoying it with your new little grandbaby. You called me grandpa before, so I thought I'd shout Jeff out because I know he is one. So I'll see you soon when I get back, my friend.
We shared this shot last night. We're doing it again this morning before the balloons stand up. So we've talked about Balloon Fiesta Live expanding its coverage and options this year. We're up to 11 or 12 camera angles, and on a couple of the camera angles that we've had, we increased our capability. So on the north and south end, we put these incredible lenses on there. So you were looking at us, you continue to look at us from the north camera, which is about a third of a mile away, and they were zoomed in tight. You could actually see us just as the camera that we have here on the stage with us. And so as they continue to pull back, you see all the lights, all the people, the balloon trucks.
You can nearly see the entire width of Fiesta Field at this point, because you see both of the 75-foot markers, the Balloon Museum in the back.
Yeah, the kind of blue-green lights over there, that's the Balloon Museum.
The flashing light to the left, the Sid Cutter Pavilion, Pilot's Pavilion is right there, and they just did the pilot briefing to that upright 75-foot marker right along the western hash of the Balloon Fiesta Park.
And you can see one of those 75-foot tall pylons over on the right, kind of white with a little red at the top. That's the visual indicator to both pilots and ground safety people, because the balloons have to come into the field at least 75 feet above the ground. Once they get onto the field,
there's our cameraman.
Oh, and there's the cameraman.
Now we're having a camera
looking the
duel.
other way.
Yes, we're having a camera duel here.
So that's from our vantage point. We can't see that, but with our super duper lens on our camera, we can zoom all the way in. And now he's going to zoom back, and we'll see the field from the other side. Isaac's out there?
Isaac,
okay.
That's Isaac waving. Say hi, Mom. And now you kind of lose Isaac in the...
And there's a great shot of the pylon. Again, once they get into the field, then they can drop below the height of that pylon.
So again, as you're making your descent into the field, it's the same rules as it's when you go out. You shouldn't be coming in more than 200 feet a minute in, and you must maintain it at least 200 feet outside that boundary until you hit that 75-foot marker. It's for safety around the whole entire park, and then the crowds that are out here as well, making sure that they clear all those crowds before they actually go down. And as we've said in the past, Mr. Cutter used to say it all the time, tickle the grass. There's our Enchanted Horizon ExxonMobil balloon team, piloted by Tristan McLean. I don't see Tristan in there yet, but you can see everybody with their cowboy hats. He's probably taking a nap inside the trailer, knowing Tristan.
Well, actually, pilot's briefing is just wrapping up, so he was over there.
Taking a nap.
Yeah. I hope not. They need to be paying attention.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
So, the indication is the pilot's briefing has just concluded. And I believe we're about to put the green flag up as soon as we get our safety official over to the flag. That's all the way across the field. At least it's the short way across as opposed to the length of the field.
Well, let me tell you, I had to do that a couple times. So we're all at the briefing, and they say green flag, and you get in your buggy
cart,
and
you
golf. Well, we didn't have a golf cart.
Yeah, you had buggy. You guys had the ATVs.
Yeah, we had a little ATVs, and we go across the field. But when you get to concession row, Diane was talking earlier about cows. Well, it's like a herd of people over there, and trying to maneuver your way through and be as respectful as you can. By the time you get over there, it's a couple minutes.
Sometimes you have to walk. I mean, walking would be faster.
Yeah, the cool thing is what the one time I did it, I've done it with other people. Nita Courtney Bueno, who was she's been a longtime safety official. There we go. Looks like they've already put it up. I think that's green.
Interesting that we're getting the colors floating around in it there,
You try and find a small child that will help you actually raise the green flag up. That was a lot of fun to do.
There was a year when we managed to have a camera right there, and Tom Bueno, who's now the assistant balloon meister, he was the safety officer who was over there changing the flag. And, we actually got to talk to a couple of the kids that helped him out. That was fun. Which brings me to the point that year number 9 for Balloon Fiesta Live. And all of our shows, in addition to being live at balloonfiestalive.com, all of our previous shows are archived there, including the 29-minute show from last night.
I knew you were going to say that. So we're going to do all we can to actually get to 40 hours this year, but we're going to maybe stretch a couple of these sessions so we make sure we get there.
I told the president of the board of directors for Balloon Fiesta last night, I said, you're killing my 40-hour mark here. And we just chuckled about it. Obviously, we needed to be safe, and we didn't need to be sitting out here in the rain telling you that it was raining. So I know that many of you are watching are not from Albuquerque. So we'll always come on at our start times at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll always come on. It may be a short show. It may just be to tell you that things are not happening here and it's raining like we did last night. But we'll always come on because we know that not all of you have Albuquerque weather right there on your phone or your computer. So we just saw a great shot of the Gondola Club sign. We're kind of looking at the Gondola Club, all those lights. That is a very special VIP area. So if you were to buy Gondola Club tickets to attend Balloon Fiesta at the Gondola Club, you get special parking, you get on-site cooked great food. There's usually entertainment in there in the evenings. They've got tables and chairs. They've got a upgraded porta potty system over there.
Sounds like a place my wife would love to hang out for Balloon Fiesta.
And they have some knowledgeable people over there who can answer all your questions about ballooning. And usually they're listening to us at Balloon Fiesta Live over there in the Gondola Club. In fact, one of the people that Diane talked to earlier this week, he wanted to get a selfie picture with her that they shared with us. He was going to be in the Gondola Club this morning. I think this morning, maybe tonight. But so that they're listening over there.
Well, I know one person over there, Regina Hampton, who is the wife of Jaybird Mason, who's been flying for years. Regina was a balloon pilot, so she's very knowledgeable about what's going on over there.
Yeah.
So you'll find a lot of people over there. You know, it's amazing how many people, if they're not piloting anymore or they're still involved with the Balloon Fiesta, how they come back and volunteer and help just to spread the joy of what this event brings, not only to the city of Albuquerque, the state of New Mexico, the United States, but every country in the world.
I spent a few years working over there in the Gondola Club, and it's great fun to talk to people. At the time, we were actually even able to take some walking tours of people from the Gondola Club out into the field. We had enough people and luxury to be able to do that. I remember taking some people out, and Sid Cutter was actually inflating a balloon, and I went over and introduced them to Sid.
Wow, that was a special,
special
time.
And I'm not, and it was like, I don't think they understood the significance of that until we actually got away from Sid and let him get the balloon launched. But some great times down there in the Gondola Club. If you're looking for tickets for next year, because this year's already sold out, what we do with all of our special ticket deals is 6 months before Balloon Fiesta starts is when those tickets go on sale. So since the 2026 Balloon Fiesta starts on October 3rd, that would mean that the tickets would go on sale on April 3rd. So be careful and be ready for that. The Gondola Club, as well as Chasers Club, a number of our areas, skyboxes, glamping, Camp 505, a lot of those sell out, especially Gondola Club, very quickly. So mark your calendar now for April 3rd. That will be the ticket day.
Maybe we should tell them April 1st and then just go, oh, just kidding, go to the 3rd.
Just kidding, wait 2 days, yeah. Oh, and along those lines, if you're looking for an RV space for next year, those open up about the middle of January, and I don't have the exact date in my brain.
And they go quick.
They do go quick, and there's something like, I don't know, 3,000 spaces or something for RVs, and they go out, fill up in a few hours as well. But reservations to be here next year with your RV, they open in mid-January, so check the website, balloonfiesta.com. After Fiesta, when we are able to update the dates, check it in November, but then mark your calendar for early January, RV spaces, April for tickets, and then the event itself on October 3rd.
There's a beautiful shot of the sun, not cresting, but just starting to slowly rise over the Sandia Mountains. You still get some of that watermelon color even in the mornings as you do in the evenings.
Yeah, but we're seeing that color on our cameras. If you look out, it's still pretty dark. There's a little bit of color out there. Very nicely enhanced.
And
with
the mountains are
cameras.
not obscured as they had been as of yesterday. So that's a promising.
That one highest peak just off the camera to the right might be.
But yesterday they were down lower. You couldn't even see what we're seeing today.
Yeah, no, it's a lot better today than it was.
And there
yesterday.
you're looking now basically to the northwest, so you can see those dawn patrollers, those little dots right there. When they light up, you can see the marker on the one to the bottom. I think that's Mr. Jones. Could be Tim Taylor. That's Mr. Jones at the top, Tim Taylor at the bottom. Matthew Grote over here on the very far right-hand side. They are definitely going towards that area.
They figured out how to get in the picture shot, haven't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Between those three, they're always planning that.
They definitely are doing that. That's it.
But Tim will be the first one to tell you he's the camera hog of all of them.
Hey, so we have been asking you to send us pictures of you watching the balloons and Balloon Fiesta live. So we've been asking for some of those pictures, and you've been sending them, and you've been sending your comments, and that's great. I'd like to share a few of those with you this morning. And so let's get started with... right here on the set yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning, the happiest place on earth was right here on the Tom Rutherford broadcast deck.
So Minnie and some other folks from Disney came up and saw us. We actually went off and got a great picture with Minnie. Disneyland now celebrating its 70th anniversary. They are here with some special balloons, and of course Minnie and Mickey are here as well. Great times with them. So these folks were watching on the field, obviously, watching from their other little bed. When they got home, because they only were here for a couple of days, when they got back home, it was like the kid got up, went outside, and said, "Where's the balloons?"
Oh,
yeah.
I think that shot on the right, believe it or not, is probably during a glow because you can see the burner in the sunglasses.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yep. And we showed you a picture. In fact, it's on the screen. We showed you a picture yesterday. The folks were coming from Round Rock, Texas, and their bags were packed. Well, now they've made it to Placitas, and so that's their bags that they're seeing on the screen, and then their bags below the TV.
I love the cup of coffee with the Zia logo.
And
they
look
got
at the balloon blankets.
Look at the Ballooning magazine right down there. So they came prepared with balloons on their mind from Round Rock.
There you go. This was over Corrales. So folks watching us online and then stepping out their door and catching balloons landing in Corrales. Corrales, just a little village just to the northwest, just on the other side of the river from Balloon Fiesta Park. These folks are back home in Florida after their first visit to Balloon Fiesta. In fact, there you see, we were talking about the 70th celebration Disney balloon, and Mickey trying to get into the picture.
But don't make it just your first. Come back next year.
Yep.
And if you can't, you can always watch all the live action on Balloon Fiesta Live.
That's it. Watch it from home. The next best thing to be in there. That's a direct quote from this viewer. And this one's got socks on.
Yes. Maybe they heard the memo. Please wear socks.
This was a picture of a chase crew actually leaving the field. So they grabbed a shot back on the field that they were leaving. So you see their chase flag over in the lower left. And then all the balloons both inflating and those flying. Just a great shot of folks watching while they're here. This was right over their house on the west side of Albuquerque. In fact, actually, if you look, I hope he was coming in for a landing because he was not too high over the roof.
No.
And then I love this shot here of Sir Mix-a-Lot. Great shot that we had. And I just got back from the Balloon Fiesta with a friend. Now they're watching with her husband, who now he wants to come back next year. So that's a good way to do that.
You like the other piece of Albuquerque right down there, the little tram car.
The tram car. Yep, that's it. We'll come back to more pictures shortly. Save that one for us. Remember that we're on the, well, let's just do this one. Sorry. So this was a before school watch party. And they're working on a Balloon Fiesta puzzle, which they obviously got from balloonfiestastuff.com.
I hope she doesn't eat the puzzle pieces with the oatmeal.
I hope not. I hope not. Kids Day here at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, and Diane Kinderwater is in the middle of the kids.
I'm in the middle of a buying frenzy. We've got a lot of kids. They're all out in the field. We're waiting for all the balloons to inflate. But until then, this is the happiest time to shop, is when everybody's on the field. I have Sherry DeGroat. We are at the official Merchandise South tent. There are two places, well, more than two places to spend money, but two official places to buy the merchandise is on the north end, and we're right here at the south. And what's the hot item this time?
Of course, our pins are always big sellers. Yesterday, we released a mystery box pin. So it is two special shaped pins that are unique. You don't know what you're going to get in the box, and those are $25 each.
What types of mysteries do we have in those boxes?
Well, there's most of the pins are shown. We do have 3 that are secret pins that you just have to get and see what they are. But there are 3 very secretive pins. No, there is only 100 of a certain. One pin has only 100 of them out there. All the rest have 250.
Fantastic. So the pins are hot, but also a lot of merchandise. Oh, your poster.
Yes, we have the poster, signed and unsigned here. And of course, the Roadrunner is hidden in it by our artist this year. There we go. There's the mystery box. So these are our mystery box. And then these are the pins that are in the mystery box. And we have, as you can see, 3 question marks. So those are the hidden pins.
Walk with us over here. We're going to see what people are buying here. Oh, what do you have? What do you have?
So we have some glow-in-the-dark cups over here. These are glow-in-the-dark wine cups. You can put these in the freezer, in the microwave, in the oven, and you could cook a brownie or a breakfast cake in there. We have them in glow-in-the-dark. We have them in regular colors. Of course, our hats are always big sellers.
Oh, she's got a cup. She's got 3 cups. You got a couple?
I have 3 of them to take home for presents.
Christmas presents? Are you going to wait till Christmas or right when you come back?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Like the gal who took me to the airport.
Oh, how nice. They're kind of unique cups there.
They are.
Where are you from and what's your name?
Leanne Marish from York, Nebraska.
Have you been to Fiesta before?
Yes, I have a son that lives here.
So you love it. You love it.
I do.
Fantastic. Nice cups. Good promo for the cups. What else are people buying? Come on, let's go see. Let's go to the front.
There we go.
A lot of, like she said, a lot of pins. Hey, folks, what are you buying today?
Magnets and T-shirts.
Magnets and T-shirts. What could not be better than magnets and T-shirts? Where are you from?
Alaska.
First time here?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think of the Fiesta so far? What will you tell your friends back in Alaska?
Oh, it's amazing. It really is. they're set up to handle the crowds, and everything goes smooth, and parking and everything. So it's great.
And you're fortunate to be here on Kids Day.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a busy day out there.
Yes, it is.
And they're going to be going up. That's fantastic. Appreciate it. Thanks for spending money. Fantastic. Let's go see what's here. What you buying? What are you buying?
We're buying some postcards.
Postcards.
Something to my family.
Where are you from?
We're actually living here. We're from here. So.
And you came all the way to Balloon Fiesta to buy your postcards. Let me see let me see your selection. Oh.
All the same.
Oh.
I'm going to send one to my grandma. So.
Lucky Grandma, thank you for visiting with us. They're beautiful. Okay, a lot more. We're just going to show the crowd, and then we're going to send it back to the Tom Rutherford Rooftop Studio. Time to purchase. Back to Tad and Art.
Thanks, Diane.
Thanks, Diane.
Good stuff down there.
You know what I loved about that? Someone actually still sending postcards.
Yeah.
Because in this day
Wish
and age,
you were here.
Yeah, you know, they're usually just texting or instant messaging. I think it's really awesome that they're still sending postcards to grandma, their parents. I try and do that when I'm out traveling around the country, and so it's awesome. And you know, all the stuff they have done. I like the mystery box. I'm going to have to go down there after we're done here and check out one of those mystery boxes myself.
Yep. And we didn't get him to hold it up, but on the back it will show you, let's see, 9 of the 12 pins that you are have an opportunity to get, and then 3 of them still have question marks because they're secret pins.
I think we could probably get a picture of one of the backs. I think we have that kind of pull.
We do. And actually, you don't even have to wait for our pull, because if you went to balloonfiestastuff.com and did a quick search for mystery, the box would show up. You see the front of the box, you see the back of the box, and then you can start purchasing your mystery pins at balloonfiestastuff.com.
And they're limited, so when they're gone, they're gone.
There's only 1,150 boxes. So, and they're, I'm understanding that they're hot ticket items going on. I also saw when she started that you can shop online all year long and stay in touch with What's Up Wednesday, a weekly email that we put out. When you're on balloonfiestastuff.com, you can subscribe and be in the know, because people found out about the mystery boxes 2 weeks ago. Even though they weren't available till yesterday, people who were getting What's Up Wednesday have known for a couple of weeks that it was coming. And by the way, we are set to talk on Sunday at the final farewell Mass Ascension. We're going to start talking about another fun pin project.
Oh, wow.
We're going to reveal that here on Sunday morning. So that is our game plan. So we're starting to see balloons, crew starting to stretch out their balloons.
That's the Buzzard's Roost balloon crew. I can see Earl Buzzard, the pilot in command, standing around pointing right there.
Yep, there he is.
There he comes.
The red shirt with the badge hanging around his neck.
Doing what pilots do best.
Direct.
Yes.
Can you hold this?
Perhaps.
The really good ones say, can you or will you? And the others say, hold this. Alrighty, let's head back down to Diane with more kids, I guess?
More kids.
Well, because it's Kids Day, people were spending money in the merchandise mart, our official tents, but now they're in line for hot chocolate. I have friends here from Denver, Colorado. You're very smart to wear your sleeping bag. That's a nice sleeping bag you're wearing.
Thank you.
It's a new style?
Yeah, kind of.
Is this your first time to Balloon Fiesta?
Yes.
And you're happy for some hot chocolate?
Yeah, I really am.
You really am? Thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming to Fiesta. And we have some friends here from Russia originally, and now from Albuquerque. What's your name?
Marina.
And your children?
Michael and Martin.
Martin. And when I asked him, he said he was from Russia.
Yes, they were born in Russia, but we now live in Albuquerque.
Fantastic. Do you love the Balloon Fiesta?
Yes.
What do you like about it?
Watching the balloons.
You watching the balloons?
Yeah.
What do you think of the balloons?
They're big and cool.
They're big and cool. And now you're in line. We're spending money, Mom, at Fiesta, which is the thing you need to do because it's the greatest show on earth. Thank you so much for stopping, and hope you get a little warm. Actually, it's beautiful here. It's beautiful here, Mom.
Is it pretty
warm?
It's really warm.
Actually, I'm going to take my head up. I'm hot. Yeah. Okay, back to you, Ted and Art.
Thanks, Diane. And she's just finding everybody down there today.
She is finding all kinds of folks. Yep.
Well, there's a lot of good signs. Obviously, the weather is doing what it should be doing. We're seeing some of the ride balloons inflate from Rainbow Riders, the official concessionaire of the ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. And we should start to see some fabric and fire and stuff in the air very shortly as soon as the sun rises. We got about another, I think, 14 minutes before that happens. We'll have the balloon of the day, which is Chick-fil-A, that will take off and launch us into our special shaped rodeo, followed by about 300 of their friends and what I like to call the mini Maes Ascension, which is really only about half the balloons. And then we'll have our competitors fly in, and Art will be down bringing you all of the action live from the field as we wrap up competition today, Friday, the 10th, if I'm not mistaken, event that we've had thus far at Balloon Fiesta.
I think we were counting them up when we were there. I just got today's competition tasks from Balloon Meister Henry Rosenbaum. Of course, as always, we're going to put on Thursday and Friday, we put 5 pulls out there. Each pull is worth $2,000. Actually, yeah. So that means that you can win up to $2,000 for getting your ring over the pull. Then we're going to do something called a hesitation waltz. We've done that pretty much every single day we've had that. And really simply, that has that really fancy hesitation waltz deal. Really simple. It's 3 X's out there. A pilot can pick which X to throw their marker on, and we'll measure to that one. Now, you can't throw multiple markers on the X's. You can only throw one, and it needs to be any color other than red or orange.
Okay.
Because then just south of those X's, we're going to set up single triangles, just 2 of them, similar to the Gordon Bennett that you were doing, but now these are what's called a maximum distance single drop. A lot of times we do a minimum or a maximum double drop. This is a maximum single drop. So the idea is they're going to be to the scored from the targets. Come on. Yeah, so well, I'm going to have to verify that, but furthest point on the triangle is 50 meters from the target. So it looks like it's those same X's that they're going to measure back to, but now you have to be in the triangle and you have to be the farthest away from the X while still in the triangle. So like you were talking about getting into the little corners, the little tips of the triangle, same thing, but come in, drop your ring, throw something other than red or yellow on the X, and then throw your red or orange into the triangle.
Right, so we need to verify which target they're going to be measuring from, because what we're looking at, there's 3 X's, 2 triangles.
Scored to the closest target north of the triangle.
So maybe this X doesn't belong in that.
Well, it's from that. So I guess if you're here, well, you still have to be, So the closest one, so they're really going to score from,
so if you're coming
from 2 of those. If you throw on the
west or the east X, or triangle.
Well, they're going to measure to the west or east X.
Correct.
Yeah, off the triangle.
And so if you're flying from the north, like we've been seeing predominantly this week, and coming into the field to the south, you would want to hit that tip at the very southern end of that triangle is what you would want to attempt.
But yeah, bottom line, and then you don't have to worry about what X it's being measured to. If you hit the southern tip, you're going to get measured to the closest. That's going to be the best score. So the best score is actually about 50 meters.
What a great shot on Kids Day here at the ExxonMobil Albuquerque National Balloon Fiesta. Kids Day is sponsored by Chick-fil-A. They've been out here since way before the sun came up, way before the chickens were awake.
Chickens probably hadn't even gone to bed yet, for that matter. So
great shot. You can see all the balloons being laid out. It did rain quite a bit yesterday evening on the field, so a lot of these pilots will bring out their tarps. As you can see, those large tarps out there. And later on this morning, after the flight operations are done, you'll see them back out there again, drying them off in the sunshine.
Yep.
Because you don't want to take one of those tarps, just like a balloon, the fabric, and stick it into a bag. Even out here in the desert air of New Mexico, you'll start to get a little bit of smell out of that fabric over a little bit of time. And especially if you're back east and you bring a balloon out here and it's been packed away. I got a balloon from New York one time. I purchased it, and my wife named it Stinky. That was really not the name of the balloon. It smelled the whole garage up, actually.
Yeah. We've, I think, all been around one of those with balloon breath is the other thing we call it.
Yes, balloon breath.
Hey, we actually have a weather measuring station right here on the corner of the roof with us. And I checked last night after all the rain had ended here. On the field, we got 28/100ths of an inch of rain. So a little better than a quarter of an inch of rain in probably less than an hour.
And that's a lot for Albuquerque.
It's a very lot. There was the shot there that would, and so yeah, at my house, and it didn't get rain. It didn't get rain until well after it had quit here. And I got 1400s at my house, and I barely get stuff because I'm kind of up against an escarpment. So the rain tends to go over the top of that.
I don't want to make you jealous, but usually back home we'll have one rain occurrence, and it's like an inch or an inch and a half at a time. That's a lot of H2O falling from the sky.
Yeah, well, when we start getting to that quarter of an inch, then we start seeing some flooding issues. And I guess there was a number of that happening around. Even some of the roads trying to get out of the park, they cross an arroyo or a ditch with running water, and so they.
We've busted the dinosaurs.
So yeah, lots of rain here last night. I actually brought my boots today, figuring that the field's still going to be pretty wet out there this morning. Diane, you have about a minute and a half before we go to the national anthem. Diane?
Got it. Oh, wow. I had to stop here to show this cutest little teddy bear. I wasn't sure if they brought their doll. Well, you did bring your doll, Blake.
Yes.
Your new 3-month-old doll here. How beautiful. Congratulations on such a beautiful baby.
Thank you.
But I saw the back, and I saw Grandma so proud holding the baby, and I thought, what is this? And it's a little boy?
Yes. Alexander.
Alexander loves the lights.
Yes.
How cute. I saw you holding him up and down, Grandma.
Right?
Let me see what you're doing.
Anytime he's outside, he is at his best.
You were going up and down with him. Yep. Let me see you do that. Make him smile. There you go.
Look at him. Oh. Say hi. Oh, my hi.
Ooh. And we got somebody eating watermelon on Kids Day.
Skylar.
Tyler.
Skylar.
Mom, your first time here?
Yes, it's our first time. She's been here, a couple of times?
All from Aurora, Colorado. Thank you so much for stopping and visiting us. Balloon Fiesta, and you're on Balloon Fiesta Live.
Awesome. Thank you. Say bye.
Back to you. Bye.
Thanks, Diane. Well, we're about ready for the national anthem and the balloon of the day.
We're about 2 minutes away, 2.5 minutes or so. And then once the balloon of the day gets airborne, we'll be ready to put a number of other balloons up as well.
Duncan, do me a favor. Look up. Right here. See, we got you on camera anyway.
That way.
Right there.
Look right there.
Look right there.
Turn around and look right there.
And wave.
Wave. There you go. That's Duncan saying hi, Mom. The shot from our Windfire Productions drone camera. And this one is, I think, the other camera.
That could be Jesse's, yeah.
Yep, the other drone camera. So 2 drone angles.
Lots of kids
balloon
out there.
Camera angle later this morning. Flying competition. Pat Irwin is flying our camera today. JB flew it yesterday for us. So we'll be flying competition. Hopefully Pat can get back to the target again today, as he did earlier in the week.
He will have our camera person, Angel, on board with him. We cannot confirm yet if this is Angel's first flight, but we will find out from her. There's
Cynthia Seal. Don't you like it when they put the name, the hashtag?
Yes.
It is her first flight.
It is her first flight.
Thank you.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
We probably need to let Pat know that so he can take care of the proper ceremonies involved.
She'll tell him. He'll ask. He's good about that stuff. So it is Kids Day here at the ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. Brought to us by Chick-fil-A. There's a great drone shot. So we've got our balloons inflating at the south end of the field and then at the middle of the field, because we do this starting at the south in the middle to be able to launch them out. That's all of our ride balloons, folks who have paid to get a balloon ride and get that marked off on their bucket list. So now let's go down to the national anthem performed by the Roosevelt Middle School Choir.
Ladies and gentlemen, to honor our country singing our national anthem, please welcome the Roosevelt Middle School Choir. Let's hear it for the Roosevelt,
Middle School Choir. Hopefully that you could hear that. They had a little issues with the stage mic. Maybe that was wet too.
Could be weather related.
But Chick-fil-A is airborne. We are officially underway with Kids Day, Special Shapes Rodeo Day, Friday at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, the ExxonMobil International Balloon Fiesta.
Final day of competition, and then we will, after we get these fun flyers out of here, we will be bringing them in, and Art will be going down to the center of all the action in the middle of competition. We will bring it to you live here on Balloon Fiesta Live. There's some zebras checking out what's going on. And if you look to the right, the zebra has a red hat on, and that is a zebra in training, also known as a zit.
Yep.
You don't
after you've done it a few years like Joe has, you can get to a cowboy hat.
Yeah, you don't want to hold that zit hat very long.
No, a couple of years though.
Yep.
Hey, we got an opportunity to get some more behind-the-scenes weather information. Duncan Donovan, I guess you're the assistant chief meteorologist out here for Balloon Fiesta. Does that work as a title? Okay.
I'll work together on the weather team.
So, what do we expect today is in the terms of winds and directions and all that stuff?
So expecting today very similar to yesterday. Still looking at the balloons taking off, headed to the south, and then get that box back up to the north and heading out off to the northwest. We saw the Dawn Patrol balloons do that this morning, and we've seen the pie balls do that as well. So looking like another great morning for the people taking off from the field as well as the competitors coming in.
So yesterday, to get back north, you had to go really high and it was really slow. Is that the same today as well?
So no, it's not. Yesterday, that box was very thick. So you had to go up very high to get that turn back heading to the north. Today, it's a lot thinner in both layers, so they don't have to go as high to get that box.
How about the speed coming back?
The speed, it's looking a little bit less than yesterday. As you can see, these balloons taking off, they're not as rocking and rolling as much as yesterday.
So a little bit more steerage, people might be able to make a couple of passes on the target?
Yes, absolutely. Just like yesterday, and hopefully it'll hold that through the morning.
So Duncan, being the assistant, what is your role as the assistant with Dawn to be able to get out here, and what time do you get out and start looking at the weather?
So our role, we meet at the safety trailer over there. We meet at 3 in the morning, and from there we're constantly looking at weather, looking at every model we can and any information that we have for us. As we're doing that, we're sending off theodolite readings. So we send off 3 theodolites morning, and a theodolite is a piece of equipment that basically a human will track a weather balloon that's sent off. So we're sending those weather balloons up, and then we're sending them off to the pilots so that way they know where they go at different altitudes. Also, we're monitoring a number of equipment that we have on the field here that is either loaned to us or Fiesta owns. We've got a bunch of smaller weather stations across the field. We also have 2 LiDARs and a wind profiler on the field as well, so we can see all the winds aloft pretty much in real time at any time.
Nice.
But we're constantly monitoring that. We have multiple meetings per morning, and that's what we're doing from 3 to almost 5:30 before we go over to the briefing.
And how many years have you been here?
This will be my 5th year here.
Okay. Yeah, so I always look to Duncan or any of these weather guys because even though they don't live in Albuquerque, they've been here enough to understand what our micrometeorology is here at Fiesta Field and how that works around the metro area. So we really appreciate you getting up at dark 30 and making sure that all these pilots are safe, and you guys do your best job to communicate to them so we can have this.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like you said, I'll come back to the micrometeorology. This field in the Albuquerque area with the box and the drainage winds that happen is very micrometeorology and a very different climate than what a lot of people are used to. So it's definitely a challenge, that's for sure.
And what you told us to watch for, it's right there. Now that we've put a few balloons in the sky,
absolutely.
Yeah, they don't have to go very high and stop and or a little bit higher and go back to the north.
Yep. They are just sitting over the field right now. So
doing exactly what you said was going to happen. So thanks to you, Duncan, and to the entire weather team over there for keeping us informed as to what's happening.
Absolutely, and thank you all.
Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Have a great day.
You as well.
All right, as we continue to launch ride balloons out of the middle of the field and a lot of our sponsor balloons off the south end of the field, Diane is caught up with some other special people out there on the field as well. Diane?
We've got the people with the happiest place on earth, but we call Balloon Fiesta the happiest place on earth and in the sky. Diana, I have Diana with Disneyland. You're here celebrating 70 years of Disneyland, and you brought your Mickey balloon and your other balloon. So thank you for coming to Balloon Fiesta, Diana.
Thank you so much for having us here today at the Fiesta event in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We are celebrating the 70th anniversary for our Disneyland Resort in Southern California. And Diane, I actually have some pixie dust.
I was going to tell you before that, I'm really hot with my hat because it's really nice here. So do you have something for me?
Yes, I do. Okay. I have these cute little mini ears.
Okay, I really am hot, but I do need to put on my Mickey ears before you introduce me to Mickey and Minnie.
And not only that, I have my friends too. I do have my special friends right here, Minnie and Mickey Mouse. Look at them. Oh my gosh. So we are celebrating our 70th anniversary. We do have our hot air balloon that's called Celebrate Happy for the 70th anniversary at the Disneyland Resort, and our Mickey Mouse shaped balloon that is called Happiest Balloon on Earth.
Happiest balloon on earth.
Yes.
And again, we're the happiest place on earth and in the sky.
Exactly.
Can you introduce me to Mickey and Minnie, please?
Of course. Minnie Mouse.
Nice to meet you, Mickey. Nice to. Oh,
we're all excited here.
Thank you so much.
The 70th anniversary.
We're excited to see the balloon go up. They're not going to be flying today. No. I understand they have to get back to California.
Yes, correct. They're going back to the Disneyland Resort. And if you do want any information in regards to the Disneyland Resort, please visit our website at www.disneyland.com or download the Disneyland app, and we will see you there at the Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, California.
They look so happy and so excited, and they're drawing a crowd here. And we're going to ask them, you know, you've got a big audience. Can you dance a little bit for us, please? Minnie and Mickey, can you dance? Let's see. Yes. Yes. Everybody dance. Everybody dance. Do the Mickey shot. Woo! We're going to...
Mickey was,
he didn't need Get down, Minnie, get down. Get down. Oh, get up. Now we got to get up. Oh, now we got to get up. Of course, Disneyland and the Balloon Fiesta is the happiest place for all ages.
Yes.
We saw a baby 3 months old. A baby can go to Disneyland at 3 months old, correct?
Yes, they can.
They can come here at Fiesta, and we can go up to over 100 years old because we have something for everybody at Disneyland and here at Balloon Fiesta. Okay, now a little kick. Let's do a little Congo, little dance like. Woo! I'm out of breath. Okay, back to you. Bye. Don't kiss
Thanks, Diane. Thanks, Diane. Great fun with Mickey and Minnie and all the folks from Disney.
Great to have them back.
It is. It absolutely is. Someone actually sent me a picture of my balloon as we watch Tristan go overhead, and not sure which one I think that's Cynthia Seal. We're looking. Yep, there we go. The basket of Cynthia Seal. But anyway, somebody sent me a picture of my balloon from 1988. And it was right next to the Mickey Mouse balloon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, one of the last times that Mickey as a balloon has been here. So we hope that it won't be so many years before Mickey and the Disney
that was
folks
the year
come
after I
back.
graduated high school. That's been a while.
We won't go there for me. Let's kind of like I can't move my head and swivel it fast enough to keep track of everybody that's going up and out of here. Of course, a lot of the Rainbow Riders balloons, and like we said, like we heard from Duncan, you don't have to go very high at all to just kind of stop, and then just a little bit higher, and you start coming right back over the field. And then if you go a little bit higher, that means they're going to be able to head out to the northwest. So basically they're coming out to Rio Rancho, which also means they'll be seeing people in the river, because as you drop down, you'll come back south. So lots of stuff. And there's a couple of our special shapes, alicorn, and one of the
alien
3 or 4 alien balloons we have here.
I've actually
this year.
flown that balloon, alicorn.
That's always a great favorite out here.
And when you're making your descent, you really can't see it happen quite a bit, but that horn will go straight back, and if you're coming down at a different angle, it'll go straight forward. That mane on the back of her will also spin you like a turning bench.
Oh, yeah. Marvin the Martian on the right-hand side, the green, red, and yellow. On the left, that looks like Evo.
And that's Teddy Bear. That's my cousin.
Is that Teddy back there?
I believe so.
There's 2 or 3 white ones with black, so sometimes we have to wait till they get a little higher, but that shape on there looks like the ears.
Yeah, what a great day for that. I mean, you're gonna have a great day of competition down there.
So one of our viewers here picked it out. That's Teddy Bear, Marvin, and Evo. There's the balloon Infinitude, the fractal design balloon of Jonathan Wolf that we see inflating, while one of the Rainbow Riders balloons lifts off. The Indian Pueblo Cultural Center balloon.
That was Mo Chando before flying that Rainbow Rider.
Oh, the basket we were just looking at?
And Mo Chando was just a young little child when he was out ballooning with his father,
604?
Pat.
Is that
Yep, that's Mo right there. He's right in the back. I can see him with his sunglasses on. He's waving. Good morning, Mo. And now there's a guy who was a little kid, went out with his dad to the west side, and he started flying balloons with his dad, and when he was old enough, he got his certificate, and he's since gone commercial, and I think he told me last year he had 1,000 hours in a balloon.
Yeah.
That's like flying double days some days.
It is. It is.
So it's a true passion in ballooning. Started on the West Mesa of Albuquerque, and now he flies all over the country.
An entire ballooning family, too. Pat is on our safety team. Dad is Pat on the safety team. His mom, Mary, handles our RVs here for us at Balloon Fiesta Park. And Balloon Fiesta.
Pat's the one that bumped us away from the car that he still owns.
Not going to let him live that down,
I am not.
The Beautiful World balloon, built by Jewel Cutter. Back for the 50th Balloon Fiesta, being flown here for us by Al Nels. And you see that different color fabric, the kind of scallops there? Those are the turning vents that we have talked about in different occasions. And Al, or the pilot of your balloon, you can open that side, it lets the hot air out and spins the balloon. And if you kind of look closer, if you get a chance to see the balloon up close, you'll see that there are lots of different flags and stars all around the world, all marking some very special event in the life of Jewel Cutter, or our founder, her husband, Sid Cutter.
Look at that shot.
Yeah. Alicorn right in the middle of all the ride balloons. 350 people a day can get a ride here at Balloon Fiesta that they have purchased.
You know, think about this. There's 350 people to be flying today. And with the technology we have, back in the day, we just shot with, 110 cameras or 35 millimeters. How many photographs? It would be interesting to see if we could ever find out how many photographs are taken on one single day.
Yes.
At Balloon Fiesta.
Well, of course, we used to be able to prove, if you will, that we were the most photographed event in the world, because everybody had to take their pictures in to be processed. And so someone saw every picture that was taken, basically. Now, as you said, with everybody having a camera in their pocket and the ability to take a gazillion pictures as opposed to 16 or 32.
That numbers has to be mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Mind-boggling. Oh, that's a great shot. I'm up here.
Yeah.
Taking another one, Val. Sorry.
Well, it is Kids Day, and you're acting like one.
When I'm around balloons, I am always a kid, Art. Oh, and so are you.
It's hard not to be.
No.
It's hard not to be. You could be having the worst day ever, see some balloons, and it easily turns to the best day ever.
not as fast and furious as yesterday, which is nice. And I think you'll see a lot more pilots who are not competing decide to fly today because they got that itch yesterday. A couple of them I saw on the field said, I should have flown, but I just wanted to make sure everything was safe, and that's fine. That's what we really want.
There, our drone camera gives us a shot of the party balloon. Then there's Mickey, and then there's the 70th anniversary balloon. So we put all those happy party balloons right together. Then there's Hamlet when pigs fly in the middle of that mix.
Oh, I want to make a correction. I was told by someone that Hamlet had sold, and then I got a text from Mr. Doug Gant and said, tell me your information. I actually couldn't remember who told me that. I see so many people out in the field. So apparently at this point, Hamlet is still on the market.
Oh, there you go. Stock up on ham. Buy Hamlet.
That's a lot of ham.
I have a friend that had his regular shaped balloon up for sale, and apparently he managed to make the sale. A lot of sales of balloons go on here at Balloon Fiesta every single year.
Well, you have some people that are getting, to the end of the sport with them, or maybe they purchased another balloon and they want to, circulate their envelopes. But for the most part, if you want to buy a balloon, this is the week to do it, whether it's brand new or used.
All four of the major manufacturers here that you can go over and buy a new one, check out. And you're right, a lot of these guys, it's just time to change it out for whatever reason. People are getting into the sport, so it's a great place to do that trading. And you can do it in person because, of course, these folks come from around the world. So when you're trying to buy that balloon that's coming from another country or halfway across the world,
another proposal or something's going on.
PDA going on. Maybe a gender reveal.
Could be.
So there's Teddy Bear.
There's my namesake.
With the brain standing up, and Evo and the Martian, Marvin the Martian, getting a little more air in it.
I see Zobra to the right, I think. Yeah, there's the arm.
Is that the arm?
There's the arm.
Yep. Oh, yep, sure is. All right, while we continue to watch balloons inflate, let's go down and check with Diane.
Got a lot of fun here with the Hamlet balloon. I've got Stacy and Catherine. Catherine's been crewing, she made me do the math, since 1986. And so I figure that's 41 years. And I was attracted by this tutu that she's, world's largest flying pig, Hamlet. And I thought we've got a really young crew member here. And I asked Catherine, what's the name of the baby you're carrying? And she said,
it's just one of the piglets.
Oh, it's a piglet. You don't know who you're carrying here.
Just helping out.
Somebody just handed you their baby?
Yes. Well, I mean, it's Doug's grandson, the owner of the balloon's grandson. So you're helping.
Yeah. So crew do all sorts of things. We see them. They're going hot. They're taking care of everything. Catherine, thank you so much. We knew crew members did all sorts of things. Of course, carrying the crown line behind us. What's your name? What's his name? But I never saw a crew member give an assignment of carrying a baby. That's her assignment. All sorts of things. What's your name?
We have all age groups in here. We don't mind. We love it. That's where pilots come from, little kids. You know that, right?
He might be a pilot in about 16, 17, 18 years. Fantastic.
I know. My name is Doug Gant. I fly Hamlet, the world's largest flying pig, and I live here in Rio Rancho.
Fantastic. It's a very popular pig today because what's the saying? How does the saying go?
When pigs fly, absolutely.
When pigs fly, everything happens.
The story to balloon is that was my father's favorite phrase when I was a kid growing up. Dad, I need a new bike. Yeah, sure, kid, when pigs fly. Guess what? I got the pig. Where's my bike? I'm still waiting.
You showed Dad.
Yeah, absolutely. I did.
How is this morning so far?
It's going to be a great morning. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
And when people come to your balloon, what do they say to you? What do people say about your balloon?
Oh, it's the best balloon out here. It's the prettiest balloon out here. Don't you know that? You should know because it's pink.
It's pink.
We're here. I got to go.
Thanks. Back to Ted and Art. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Thank you so much for your help.
Well, there you go. There's the guy to talk to when you want to, if you'd like to be the proud owner of the world's largest pig. Maybe your dad always used to say, yeah, I'll do that when pigs fly.
You could keep the tradition going.
There's the top of the 70th celebration.
And we've seen more and more of that over the years, these vanity parachute tops. You know, back in the day, it was just your generic color of the balloon, whatever matched up. But we've seen everything from smiley faces to Mickey Mouse to Zia symbols, upside down faces. You just name it.
All kinds of things that are up there. There's Buddy Beaver on the right, and the other pink is Crispy Bacon. It's kind of the other pig out here.
Crispy Bacon.
Yep. Like in crisp, letter P, bacon. And I see Miss Autumn, just the little stem. Now here's the alien, and we pointed out the party balloon before it stood up. Now we see all those party balloons.
Mickey's nose right here. He's getting ready to go high.
He's about ready to stand up.
And there's orange back there in the back.
Yeah. You can tell because it says blue on the side.
Right. Let's get down to Diane. She's got the pilot about ready to take off. Diane?
Cheryl and Doug. Okay, I got Cheryl and Doug with the party balloon.
This is Doug. I'm Cheryl. Yep, this is my balloon from San Diego, California. This is Doug's first time flying in a festival.
So excited for today. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been here several years. It is a fabulous place to fly. We were a little worried about winds this morning, but it looks beautiful, so we're going.
And the name of your balloon is
Party!
Party! I think it says happy birthday today. Sorry. It's always her birthday. It says happy birthday?
It does say happy birthday, and the balloon end number is 1211 Sierra. 1211 is my birthday, Sierra for Cheryl. According to everyone, every day is my birthday. So come celebrate your birthday with me.
Take off. Oh, you got to wait for Mickey to go up. Oh.
For the zebras to give us a thumbs up.
But you can't go because you've got some competition with Mickey Mouse. How do you like being the neighbor to Mickey Mouse?
Disney has been great. It's been a good place to, good neighbors with us.
Cheryl, you're Mickey Mouse's neighbor.
I know the pilot of Mickey as well. The guy who's piloting Mickey helped me build my balloon. So it's a big family. It's a big family. Yeah.
Have a safe flight. Thank you for visiting.
How's that for timing, huh? We were just talking about the party balloon and Mickey, and Diane steps up down there. And we were talking about how balloons can make any day a great day, can also make it your birthday.
It's going to be very magical here in a couple minutes, coming off of Fiesta Field. Cheryl, this is her 4th Fiesta, and she's been flying balloons 21 years.
That's always been a fun balloon here.
There's your brain. I need some more coffee.
Is that my brain
this morning?
Is that your brain?
I don't know. It's somebody's brain.
Colin Graham from Montana, or maybe Vic Johnson from Washington.
If we say both, then we're going to be dead on. We can't be wrong at that point.
There you go.
Because one of those guys have to be in the balloon piloting it.
And of course, they call the brain intelligent design.
There's a great shot of a couple cows. We have Buttercup all laid out down there.
Milky Way, dead center. Then you got the cheetah, Lulu, off to the side. Here's Buddy Beaver. And lots of folks having a great fun. So we just saw Milky Way go out of the shot, as well as the alien balloon is leaving from right there. And then that kind of clears the way for the party balloon to be able to get out, as well as Mickey. So let's see who Diane has figured out. She's grabbed another pilot that's about ready to get airborne. Diane?
We've got Into the Mountain Gods. They're taking off. I'm sure from the rooftop studio you're seeing them take off, but we have the ground shots with all the launch directors getting ready. They're pretty intense here. He's looking for his release rope. And it's kind of an intense time here. Of course, at launch. Looks clear. Oh, except we got the, what is it, artificial intelligence blocking our way?
Yeah. I don't really know. Oh, the brain?
The brain, yeah. The brain. What's your name?
Ron.
Ron?
Yeah.
How's the morning going so far?
Excellent. We're launching a lot more balloons than we thought we were going to. The weather's cooperating and couldn't ask for a better day.
In the Mountain Gods, this is a unique balloon.
There we go. Yes, it is. It's one of our shapes on here, and we're in row 1, 2, and 3, and that's where we're keeping our shapes today.
Our shapes 1 and 2 and 3, and in the back as well, or mainly 1, 2, and 3?
When you go all up and down row 1, 2, and 3, you're going to see all the shaped balloons. You got Happy Birthday, you got the dogs, you got the killer bees, you got all the balloons out today. So there you go.
How is the crowd today?
I'm sorry?
How is the crowd?
Yeah, there's a lot of them. It's a day off from school, I understand.
Yeah,
so all the children are here. I got to get back to work here.
Getting to work. Okay, happy flight. Here they're going to take off, we think. He's busy.
Hey!
Hey!
Good morning, Albuquerque.
You've been busy.
You bet.
I'm going to show you lifting off.
Okay, very good. End of the mountain, guys. Ruidoso.
Ruidoso, we love Ruidoso.
Love you guys. Have a great morning.
You too. Oh, they're untying. They're going to start. They're going to start into the Mountain Gods. Into the Mountain Gods.
I know. Yeah, I know. Who are you?
We're with Balloon Fiesta Live. Who are you? Who are
from Mescalero. This is our balloon.
This is your balloon?
Yeah, Mescalero Apache. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here, for bringing us such a beautiful balloon. What's your name?
Nell Andrews.
Nell Ann. Thank you. Do you take a ride sometimes, Nell Ann?
I hope so.
You're from the Mescalero Apache?
Yes.
In Ruidoso?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mescalero, New Mexico.
Mescalero of New Mexico.
Yes.
Back to you at the rooftop.
The end of the Mountain Gods balloon from Ruidoso. We just hearing about. We were talking and seeing Bill Baker, who's the pilot of that. He was reaching up to get the tie-off ready to release because he's kind of now in line. He's got to be one of the next ones out over on that side of the field. In fact, there he goes.
Bill's a 20-year pilot. I've flown with Bill before. He's a great guy.
Yep.
There's a lot of great guys and gals out here. You know, as we've talked about, these pilots flown here. If you fly here more than 1 or 2 times, you kind of become the professional of ballooning. And anywhere you go in the country and you tell them, I'm from Albuquerque, I've flown Albuquerque, it just starts a whole conversation. A lot of times if I'm with my family,
that's where the balloons are.
We just lost Dad for an hour. He's done.
So as that launch director, Ron, was telling us, we're basically setting up the special shapes over on the east side of the field. He called them rows 1, 2, and 3 because they are numbered from east to west, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then they are lettered from south to north. So right in front of us is A, goes all the way out to W on the far north end. So you are in a spot like maybe D2, D3, which is where we would see the Disney balloons. And I think the party balloon looks like they're in D2. So that's a way for not only us to find where they are, but also that is their assigned launch site. And if you're out here on the field, there are markers in the corners of the field, which are great reference points. So you could say, I'm at the D2, C2 intersection, and people would know exactly where you might be.
They've always had some sort of a grid system, but over the years it's progressed into almost, when you come out here, when we're here early in the morning setting up the set, you can see all those markers, and it looks like a giant runway out there. It's
right, because we started putting lights on the top.
Yeah, lights on the top.
And they even changed colors, so I forget which one is which, but one color is where the road is, and the others are in the middle of the field.
I think back in the day we used rocks, and we just carved, numbers and letters on rocks.
Yeah, and then we progressed to old tires.
Yes, tires, with spray-painted numbers on it.
Yep.
I remember tripping over a couple of those tires back in the day.
So Lulu and the PNC Bank and one of our mini hopper balloons going off the south end of the field. Using that turning vent we talked about before with the beautiful world balloon. PNC keeps rolling it around.
We got a couple of hoppers coming at us here.
Yeah. Good morning. Yeah, we're getting split by them. They're flanking us.
Thank you.
Thank you. They obviously watch us talk about them, yelling down at us. That's great.
Now on the hoppers, it's a little bit harder to see the numbers or the banners because they just wrap them around the tank.
Yeah. You'd think we'd kind of learn to recognize their pictures. Look at them all just going. And,
Oh,
of course, off the field to the south. Most of them don't get very far to the south before they go up, turn around, and head back out to the north, and even more so the northwest. So a very favorable wind pattern this morning. Pilots love this one.
Yes, get ready, Rio Rancho, because you're going to have about, over the morning, about 500 of your best friends coming that way.
And I see Tristan McLean and the ExxonMobil Enchanted Horizons balloon, and it looks like Remax already lining up for Splash and Dash. So Corrales, we're coming your way. If you're out there by the Rio Grande, we're going to see people playing in the river today. Not that there's a lot of water, even with all the rain we got last night. The KKOB balloon. Originally 770 KOB, then they added the KKOB. Now they've added the FM side, 96.3. But they've been with us since day number one, way back in April of 1972.
The mothership, as they referred to it.
Yep, they did.
Hey, Diane's got some more folks down on the field. Diane, who do you have for us now?
Oh, we've got a lot of folks, mainly from Albuquerque, the Gallegos family, and we've got Jocelyn and her family here. How's it going so far?
It's going great. We love it.
And the Gallegos family, I tracked you down. Who do we have here with you?
We have Kane and Ro, and then I'm Gabby and Jose.
I think it's his first balloon fiesta.
It is his first.
How about his?
His second. He loves all the shape.
Oh, I know. It was hard getting attraction to all these folks. Oh, and who do we have here?
This is Robert Donovan, my wife Jenna, Atlas, and Jupiter.
Hello. Jupiter.
Yeah. Jupiter, this is our, what? How many balloon fiestas for us now since we, fourth since we moved back to Albuquerque?
Yeah.
And this guy, yeah, what do you got to say?
Balloon Grandpa, his dad, our grandpa flies a balloon, so he says Balloon Grandpa.
Who's his grandpa?
Rod Baca. So it's a farmer's balloon. We're trying to make our way over there if we could get there now. So
yeah, on Balloon Fiesta Live and saying everybody, Happy Kids Day, Balloon Fiesta Live. Thank you, thank you. Wave.
Hey, tell them to say hi to Rod when they get there over to the Farmer's Balloon for us. Rod's a good friend of ours.
We fly with him most of the year when we're out flying on the West Mesa when I'm back in town. There's the Disney balloon, the 70th anniversary of Walt Disney, Disneyland in Anaheim, California.
Yep.
Been there many times.
I have. Still a great place to go. And great to see the Disney balloons here at Balloon Fiesta.
There's crispy bacon with some
breakfast.
Look at the birds
is in
flying
the air.
right behind him, flying south for the winter, and Crispy's winking at Mickey as he flies over.
As you say, breakfast is in the air.
Breakfast is in the air. I can smell it.
And here we go. It's a good day to fly in Albuquerque because
Arabelle's up.
There you go.
And I think we may see her in the air today. Well,
we might. Splash duck in the back. And there go the Disney balloons.
Yeah, if we can get a tight shot on that, you can actually see him using the turning vent on the back of Mickey's head from the south. They're keeping his face positioned to all the crowd down there looking north.
But they're spinning the Disneyland 70th celebration. 70 years of Disneyland. Okay, time to turn Mickey around. And here he comes.
Here he comes. You can see the vent right on his ear right there, opening up. Flying the Celebrate Happiness balloon is either Lori Spencer from Boise or Scott Ashby from Meridian. I can't tell.
Usually it's Lori. And Sean Rea is flying Mickey.
And they're going to come right over the rooftop studio.
They are. Photo op time.
Yep. Here you go, Art. We're up here like two little kids in a candy store. I have a feeling they'll be back.
Yeah. I did get a chance to chat with the PR side of the Disney operation this morning, and they're just having a ball and really excited about it. So I do think they'll be pushing to bring the special balloons. And you know, Disney's had special balloons for a very long time. We talked earlier about Mickey being here back in 1988. The castle has been here. The birthday cake has been here. So Mickey had a birthday balloon with a birthday hat on it that has been here. So they've been here over the 53 years of Balloon Fiesta. And it's just been a little while. We're absolutely thrilled that they are back and hope that they'll continue to come back on a more regular basis.
I was actually referring to the balloons will be back because I think they'll box back around over the field.
Oh, those
as many times as they can.
Well, that'll happen too.
The sun has finally peeked over the Sandia Mountains, and we're getting some great color pops right here on the field right in front of us.
Look at Splash Duck checking out the back end of Steggy.
Yeah. Hey, man, what's going on?
Dinosaurs aren't supposed to be in the water with us.
Quack.
Quack, quack, quack. And there are other dinosaurs on the field as well.
That's kind of how I dance, so that's why I don't dance.
Okay. Doug Gant has Hamlet in the air on the south end as one of our POW MIA balloons is also going over the south end. There's Diamond Girl, the yellow one with the diamonds. And there is Mr. Fish.
Yes.
Isn't that his name?
I believe so. Yes, you're correct. Next to Tiger.
Yep.
There goes the preventative pest control balloon with the 3D Black Widows going on with it. And so I think we just ought to call both the pilots because I'm not sure who's in there right now. It's either Don Boyer or
Brian Victor.
Brian Victor, yeah. So we've covered ourselves safely. So
there we go.
We don't see us on the field and go, hey, you said the wrong guy. Well, you guys are flying one of those two balloons. When you start flying multiple balloons, it makes it a little bit tough for us.
Yes.
Unless we can see you.
Yeah, then sometimes we still can't tell, but.
Hey, guess what? Boo. Boo.
Ooh.
That pen is sold out over
Boo
at Diane Carlson's Plano pen tent. That pen is gone.
Is that a boo-moo shot?
A boo-moo shot.
And
look at the eyes of the boo. Look at the balloons in the eyes.
Yeah. And if you say it right, it's a bamoon shot.
Bamoon shot.
Yeah.
Like it. We're making stuff up here on the rooftop studio.
Ron Curry bringing the KKOB balloon over the rooftop studio. Ron been flying for KOB since the early days of them having their own balloon. I said they were at the first, but they didn't have a balloon then. But it wasn't long after before they did. And there's one of the bees.
Well, we're going to have all three of them
Looks
up
like,
here shortly.
The other two aren't standing up yet. They're waking up a little slower
Looks
this
like,
morning.
The little bee here is going to get run over by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Be careful there. Look both ways.
Look both ways.
Look at the people out there.
Actually, today it's a look 360 ways.
Yes.
All 360 degrees.
Correct.
Yep, great crowd out here. In fact, I just got an update that our parking lots are near capacity today.
That's a good thing. There's Sir Mix-a-Lot. Flown by local pilot from Rio Rancho, Chris Braden. This is his 25th ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta as a PIC, or pilot in command. Just a fantastic day out here. I know Art's getting ready to go down and get in the middle of all that competition. It's not going to be as fast and furious, so it should be a lot of fun down there. We have 3 competition tasks today and the final day of competition at the ExxonMobil Albuquerque National Balloon Fiesta, the 53rd edition. We're going to start first with 5 poles out there, and each of them have $2,000 of cash on top of them. You just got to ring the pole. Someone asked me yesterday, hey, what happened to the key grab? I'm like, well, that's ancient history, man. That we haven't had a key grab here, I believe, in years. But anyway, so that's the first competition. Then we're going to do the hesitation waltz, which is 3 X's. There it is, Boo.
There's Boo flying with Mr.
Boo.
Fish.
There's my Boo. And then you're going to have 3 X's out in the middle of the field, about midfield at Fiesta Field, and that hesitation waltz, you're going to pick one marker, any color other than red or orange. So I hope the guy flying the orange balloon doesn't throw a blue marker on. No, he's not flying competition.
No.
Anyway, and then you come to the south, and we're going to have the maximum distance drop to the furthest end of the tip of the triangle from one of the 2 X's, either on the east or the west end of the field where the triangle is below it. So you'll see all that action coming up soon as we clear the rest of these fun flyers from our mini mass ascension. Art will be down there and having lots of fun. So I'm a little bit jealous. Yesterday was fun, and it was fun when we pointed out when we had our pilot fly over Pat Irwin the other day, and they did those 2 drops on the triangles. But I think you're gonna have a good day. There's a great shot of Orange and Boo. Orange and Boo.
And on the screen we see the sloth and tiger, and one of the frogs.
Yeah, back there I saw the Volkswagen bus, which is Mark Meyer from down in the southern part of the country.
Elvis and Steggy. Elvis is eclipsing.
Elvis is leaving the building right here. Debbie Young.
And she's got Steve Coffing's brother Mark as an additional pilot with her. So Mark could be flying it for all we know.
Yeah. Thanks for covering me. That way I don't get yelled at.
Yeah.
And we'll just throw Steve's name in there just for the heck of it, so we're totally covered with the Coffing brothers.
Well, you remember yesterday we were talking about one of the balloons coming in, and we weren't real sure which the pilot was, and we got a great shot of the basket, and I said, that's got to be Steve. I recognize his hat.
Right.
And I saw him wearing his hat afterwards back here, and I told him that story. He said, I got to go back and watch that. But, yeah.
Yes, if you want to go back and watch any of our action over the past 9 years, it's all archived at balloonfiestalive.com. Go to Balloon Fiesta, click the link on the Balloon Fiesta Live tab, and you can see all of the action over the past 9 years. I can't believe it's coming up on 10 years, and you've been here for all of them. I've kind of been in and out for about 4.5 of them, and it's been a lot of fun. It really, truly has. And this is the one reason I come back to Albuquerque every year, not just for the Fiesta, but to hang out with my awesome broadcast partner, Mr. Art Lloyd Jr.
Oh, gee, here's your 20.
It's 40 now, sorry.
It's
you didn't
40?
get the memo?
Oh, yeah, second year.
Everything's gone
20.
up.
Yeah.
Everything's gone up.
Yeah. It's crazy. By the way, on the balloonfiestalive.com webpage, I had a link there that you could send your pictures and comments to. I actually upgraded that yesterday. Now it's a button.
Oh, wow.
So all you have to do when you get to balloonfiestalive.com, hit the button. It's going to open your email program. You'll be able to send us your comments and your pictures and all that great stuff. You were talking about the VW bus. We didn't get a chance to get to that viewer picture yet, but one of their crew members is stuck at home and not here.
Yes,
and
Johnson City Sherry.
There you go.
Yes, so we will show you that at some point, Sherry. It'll come up. We just don't want to break away from all this great live action. So.
Hey, there's the koala. Somebody was asking where the koala was.
There she is.
There it is.
There she is. Nicole back in Gibsonia, PA.
What a nice day.
Oh, man.
And it's only going to get better.
Again, another, I love doing this. It's a lot of fun, but, man, some days I'd rather be flying. It's a lot easier to fly than what we do up here. I've always challenged some of these guys. Hey, you didn't call my balloon. Hey, you didn't do that. Hey, man, why don't you come up here? And I used to do that when I refereed basketball. I get the grandmas and grandpas yelling at me.
Yeah. Buster Bulldog.
I'd hand them a
shooting
whistle.
out of the field. Yeah. Here, you do this. You do this. There's Diamond Girl, the yellow with the diamonds.
Yep.
That is
We're having a race.
The Dickies. Right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yep. Bill Dickey and Carol Dickey.
From Corrales, New Mexico.
Long-time ballooning family here in Albuquerque.
There's Arabelle just hanging out, tickling the grass. There's Greg Garcia
I was
right
gonna
there in the
say,
bottom left
yeah.
hand with the silver balloon with the diamonds, and Lori Van Sant, both local pilots in Albuquerque.
Black Magic Woman is Lori's balloon. And Greg's, I think, is Elevation.
Yes.
There's Ricky Bobby right in the center. You see the race cars on there. That balloon belongs to Will Wadsworth, but Mike Voorhees is flying it this week because his balloon did not pass its annual inspection 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So that was a quick swap to get a backup balloon.
And some pilots will wait right up until their annual comes due for the annual inspection, and others, I don't know, some people will, if they have a feeling they have an older balloon, maybe take a look at that ahead of time so they're not scrambling at the end. But hey, in this ballooning family, we all want to help everybody out, especially at the largest event in the world. So, Will, congratulations, sir, for making the show go on.
Probably in about a minute and a half. So what they're asking is, when am I going to get my off the roof here and get down there so that we can get in place for the beginning of competition? Looks like we've got a couple of rows left to go. Of course, the special shapes are there. So I think I will, Mr. Ted, leave you to kind of fill here, and I'm going to head down into competition. I'll be talking to you from down on the field.
All right, have fun. Be safe. We continue to watch the Mini Maes Ascension on this Friday of the 53rd annual ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. I'm Ted Maes. My partner Art Lloyd Jr. is headed down to competition. As we clear this field, we will then have 3 competition tasks for these pilots on the final day to do, and we will get into that as we go through that. But let's kind of enjoy and watch these balloons lift off. We had a little weather issue yesterday evening at the first Rodeo, so it's really nice to see all these balloons out here at the Rodeo this Friday morning. Much different conditions in the last couple days. The wind has seemed to calm down and be a little bit more conducive for these pilots to want to get up in the air and fly away, especially these sport pilots or fun flyers, as they say. Steve Comedina flying Great Expectations right there, flying right over the top of Sir Mix-a-Lot. And I believe this is part of the Disneyland crew. Nope, this is actually, this is our pilot out there, Pat Irwin, getting ready to compete. Pat actually flew over when I was down on the field earlier in the week and had a heck of a score on one of the triangles. So he's getting ready, putting all the necessary equipment up. I think he's going to go mount his either iPad or iPhone so he can actually virtually watch the map overlay that these pilots look at, so they know how far away they are from the center of the field. They know exactly where a PZ or a prohibited zone is, or a okay landing zone or a not okay landing zone. Some of the residents in Albuquerque, they're asked by Nancy Wirtz and her landowner relations team to put out X's on their property. If it's a white X, they'd love to have you come in there. If it's a yellow X, you can land, but you can't take off. And if it's a red X, just fly on and fly in one until you do. So there's Pat preparing, getting ready right there. He'll have his co-pilot Chris in there with him, as well as Angel, our videographer from the Cracked Windfire production team, and Gary Williams, and all the great people that bring you these awesome images here from the Tom Rutherford rooftop studio at Balloon Fiesta. Looks like Bullwinkle and Tammy Orr, Tamara Orr. I actually went to high school with her at El Dorado High School here in Albuquerque years ago. It's amazing the connections that you have, and if you lived in Albuquerque long enough, how much you see these people time and time again. There's, I think that's Hopper T. Frog, and there is the other frog owned by the Monahans from upstate New York. Very stable conditions right now out here at Fiesta Field, so it's going to look like it's going to be a great competition day for Art down there. We continue to watch the shapes for the special shape rodeo inflate over on the 3 first rows of the eastern side of Fiesta Field. large crowds out here, as Art indicated. Some of the parking areas are near capacity at this point. So everyone that's come through the turnstiles is getting what they paid for. Their price of admission was well worth it. You see Smokey Bear right there being piloted by Elizabeth Wright Smith. And one of the bees, you can hear the burners. That's J.D. Dyer from Great Britain, from Wales actually. Banner 309. He came right over the top of us here on the studio. Splash Duck and Taz. We have over 110 shapes here at the Albuquerque National Balloon Fiesta for today's special shape rodeo. And tonight we will turn that rodeo into a glodeo. Only the special shapes will be out on the field, and hopefully Mother Nature will hold off and allow us to get in a special shape glodeo this evening. They're always a lot of fun and obviously a fan favorite here at Balloon Fiesta. There goes Chris Braden in Sir Mix-a-Lot taking off and heading into the skies. We see him usually year-round. Although I don't live in Albuquerque anymore, when I do come to town, you're always waking up in the mornings and looking towards the west and seeing what balloons are out there flying. And I can usually spot 8 or 10 of friends of mine flying balloons on a daily basis, especially if Rainbow Riders is flying. There's the Sloth. I believe his name's Tico. Jean-Francois Ferland from Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, Quebec, Canada. 7 years here at Balloon Fiesta. French was not my strong point in high school. I actually did better in Spanish after taking a French course, so I apologize if I butchered that name a little bit. Looks like we have about maybe a dozen more of the non-competition or fun flying pilots that are going to be clearing Fiesta Field here. So then there's a whole gaggle of balloons at the northeastern end of the field, special shapes that are starting to go up. There is a balloon that was Beagle Maximus, but I want to say that that balloon was just purchased by Daniel Backus and Tristan McLean. And I believe the balloon's new name is Luke Sky Barker, if I'm not mistaken. And the crew chief of that balloon is Lupe Meadows. Not sure who's piloting it, but I know that the crew chief of that balloon is Lupe Meadows. There's La Ristra, getting ready to inflate. So a lot of the fan favorites are out here. The people come out and year after year, they see these special shapes and they start looking for them and anticipating them. And not every shape does appear every year. Some of them take a nap. I know that for a couple of years that Arabelle took a nap, that she was not out here flying in Albuquerque, but she's back. And again, we always say it's a great day in Albuquerque when you see Arabelle inflating. Whether she flies or doesn't, it tells you how calm the conditions are to allow that balloon to get up and buoyant. Again, different than a normal round or teardrop shaped balloon. Those shapes are a little bit more difficult to manage. And so some days we'll see them and some days we won't. Great shot of the sunrise with the silhouetted balloons over Albuquerque. Some of the shapes involved. Great shot of La Ristra with the barn. Coming to the corner there was Hug-a-Bear. There's tall Steve with his parents. And there is our, actually that's another competitor. Looks like they're coming into the field. I don't know where that's being shot from. But that's either Eric, Nicole, or Danielle. There are 3 pilots all from the eastern side of the country. Tropical Twist is the name of that balloon. Again, as Art mentioned, all the competition pilots have banner numbers that start at 001 and go to 299. That signals that they are a competition pilot. Obviously, if you're in the top 20 of the competition, then your number is going to be where you finished last year. So if it's number 1, number 2, number 3, then so on and so forth, that's where they finished in competition up through number 20. And there is a competition pilot right there. I'm assuming this is maybe from our balloon cam crew. They kind of all get together. That is actually our balloon. Pat usually normally flies the Battle-Born balloon, but this is his racer balloon that has the spiral that comes up and down. I don't really have a name for it, so I'll have to ask him. But they're getting ready in their cold inflation as they begin to clear off Fiesta Field. We're coming up on the 8 o'clock hour here in the Mountain Time Zone. It'll be 10 a.m. on the East Coast and 7 on the West, as we get ready for the final day of competition at the 53rd Annual ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. It is Kids Day and Special Shapes Rodeo Day out here at Fiesta Field. And look at all those special shapes. An awesome day out here. Little dog flying over the Ristra. And we're just moments away from getting the competition area cleared by our flight safety team and all the officials so we can start that final day of competition. If you're in the top half of the competitors right now, all you really want to do is you want to come in and you want to put some points on the board, to be quite honest with you. Some of the ones that are in the top 20, they're going to be jostling back and forth for that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to 10 or 12 spot in competition. There's a great shot of Little Dog going almost eclipsing the sun with the silhouettes of all of the shapes and the balloons that were taken off in the Sandia Mountains. There's Mark Meyer in the VW bus. They have a little horn on there when they take off. It's a lot of fun. Raccoon balloon. And Tico the Sloth once again. Another balloon that I've flown over the years. Todd and Scott Monahan are the owners of that balloon. There's Little Dog. Kind of flying over Concession Row, or Main Street as we call it today. You've been around Balloon Fiesta a long time. You have all these names change, and so I was actually out on the field yesterday with a couple of pilots where they grew up down here at Fiesta. You had their parents were concessionaires over all the years, and we just had a lot of good memories and talks on the field yesterday after competition. Chris Liberty and his family had been out here doing sand paintings and all sorts of stuff back in the day, and he was able to share me some photos, so I sent them over to Art, and we'll see if we can bring those up. And there's another moon job by Luke Skybarker. Again, crew chief Lupe Meadows with Zozober right there and Tamo. And now we're starting to see some of the competitors launching. I'm not sure which direction, if this is from the south. Hello. Oh, I got you. I'm looking right at it now. Thank you. Yeah, it's looking right off the rooftop studio to the northeast. So the competitors are launching to the northeast. It looks to me like they are going to shoot up fairly high and basically have the same track in There's a great shot of one of the competitors north, right almost over one of the B's with the Zozobra. He was making his terminal descent down, and you could see the balloon kind of folding over a little bit, right to the left there. All right, so we're moments away from being able to get back in touch with Art down on the field, so we'll continue to watch them clear the final, looks to me like 2 or 3 balloons to be able to start this competition on Competition Friday and the 53rd annual ExxonMobil Albuquerque National Balloon Fiesta. I'm Ted Maes, and my broadcast partner Art Lloyd Jr. is down on the field to bring you all the action. Good morning, Albuquerque, and all the people out here at the Special Shapes Rodeo and our final day of competition at the 53rd annual ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. My name is Ted Maes, broadcasting from the rooftop studio, and we have Art Lloyd Jr., my broadcast partner, down on the field. Art, can you tell the fans what's going on down there on the field today?
Well, the competition target is apparently open because it is 8 o'clock. The field has been cleared. The targets have been set up, and so we are ready for the competing pilots to make it here to the field. Now, we've talked about Thursday and Friday. Traditionally, key grab. Many years ago, it became the ring, the pole competition. So pilots will have a ring, and they're going to drop it on one of 5 poles out there. If they do, there's up to $2,000 cash available to them. The other part of the competition is 2 other tasks. One of them is to drop a marker on one of these X's. There are 3 of these X's out here. Any marker other than red or orange on this marker closest to the center is going to be the best score. And there are 3 of them across the field. They can pick whichever one they would like to drop on. It's called a hesitation waltz. The third task, rings X, the third task is to throw your marker inside one of these 2 triangles. And what we're going to do is we're going to measure who is the farthest from the X we just looked at, yet inside the triangle. So the best score is actually 50 meters because that's the difference between the center of the X and the tip of the triangle. The other part of that is, like I said, no orange or red on the X. It has to be orange or red in the triangle. If you throw your blue one in there, they're going to measure it to the X as an X score. So we'll have to watch and see what, hopefully the pilots remember other color, red color, and they're not that far apart. So as you come through, and I'm feeling a little bit of breeze from the north, you're going to have to like throw. It's almost going to be that fast, probably as they come over. But of course, competition is open until 9:30 this morning, Ted. So they have an hour and a half with the box pattern that's up there. We may see multiple balloons coming through. In fact, I'm looking up to the northeast, and there's about 40 balloons already positioning themselves. So I think it's going to be fast and furious here in probably about 5 or 6 minutes, maybe 10. But they're all up there. They're flying to the north. They're going to go past the field, drop down, and hopefully come right back over, ring the pole, hit the X, hit the triangle, and be thrilled to death that they got here. Ted?
Thanks, Art. Yes, it's looking fast and furious. I see all those balloons. If you're out there on the field and you're facing west, they're over your shoulder, over your right shoulder. You see these competition balloons coming through. And for the people out there that really can't convert meters to feet, just to give you an idea, it is 164 feet approximately for the best score. So 50 meters or 164 feet from that X to the very furthest southern tip of that triangle on the final task. Again, Art said there are 5 poles out there with cash prizes on top. We have 3 hesitation waltz X's in the middle of the field, and then on the south end of the field, we have the 2 triangles that he discussed. So it is going to be fast and furious. It was fast and furious the other day when I was down there on the field, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned to watch all these guys and gals make their last attempt for scores for competition at the 53rd Annual ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. It's going to be a lot of fun out there. Art, I've noticed the winds have started to pick up a little bit like it did yesterday when competition started. What are you feeling down there at this point?
I feel a little bit of extra breeze down here, and I'm watching some things change a little bit. Before we talk more about the winds, I have to make sure that everyone knows that there are actually 2 sets of flagging areas out here, and while I thought we had everything cleared, apparently we don't. So please make sure that you are outside the second set of flagging. So as our officials come by, and you see our flagging crew trying to get the second set of flags up, we do have a few spectators over here on the east side, and it looks like we have one balloon truck that still needs to get out of the target area as well. So we also already have our first competitor coming in. This is going to be Cody Myers in this Honey balloon, the yellow one with the Kachina on it. There's a white marker on the hesitation on the X. Don't hit the ground, Cody. Do not hit the ground. Very good, very good. He saved it because you can come right down to the ground. You can tickle the grass, but you can't actually hit the ground without getting a penalty. So coming down the center, that X doesn't really have a triangle on it. So he's going to have to kind of try and wing to the triangles if he makes that toss. And he's got the orange. And there's the windup. Oh, now he's just going to throw it. And it doesn't quite make the triangle. So 6 minutes into the opening of the target, we've already had someone on the X and just outside the triangle. Next one in is the white equator with the red at the top and the bottom.
Well, Art, you're about to have a lot more than just 2 balloons. You're about to have about 60 to 70 balloons coming at you here in a minute.
Yeah, and I'm already watching them negotiate their altitude because, of course, that's how you steer. You put your balloon at a certain altitude because the wind is going that direction, and that's where you want to go. If you don't want to go that direction, the only option you have is to change your altitude. One of the balloons that we have seen across the target every single day, it seems, is the light blue spiral with the pink and the yellow. In fact, a lot of these competitors that we've seen over the last 4 days are all there in that mix, and they're just slowly starting to make the turn back to the west as they get north of the field. But I think we're going to see that wall again. If you come over the field and you're on the west side of the road, you're going to get pushed west. The last couple balloons that came over on the east side of that road got pushed east. You see a very quick drop. They're out there at the poles.
Art, that balloon coming in right there with the spiral staircase design is
going to come right between the poles.
Tropical Twist, flown by Eric Cahill, either him or Nicole Hansen or Danielle De Primo.
Looks like a male flying it. It's going to have a great drop on that center X. Right there at the center. Nice throw.
We just saw that live here on Balloon Fiesta Live and live out on the field. Nice toss. Banner 038, Tropical Twist.
Coming in a little high over the field. Yellow, maroon, purple verticals with some orange diamonds. Looks like he's going to go back.
That's Tim Culler from Mesa,
That,
Arizona. In Technicolor is the name of his balloon. But he looks like he's going to try and readjust, Art.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I just keep watching that. What is that? A gaggle out there? What do you call a bunch of balloons? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's a whole bunch, and they're all just gonna. It's gonna get very busy here very soon.
That's definitely a gaggle of balloons.
There's at least 30 in that pack.
And if you watch them carefully, they're maneuvering up and down and up and down, right next to each other. If you notice also, Art, one of our other balloon cam pilots, JB Aiken, is actually going to make the field today. So maybe perhaps he may not want to take a camera with him again, because every time he takes a camera with us, he doesn't make the field, but it looks like he's going to make it today.
So I think the next one we're going to want to keep an eye on is the light blue with the stair-step yellow and orange going up. Again, this is another one of those racers, the cylindrical balloons that we have seen come field. Followed by the red racer with the horizontal yellow stripe and kind of the green and yellow crosses. And they're all trying to drop in. Remember, the first target is really the poles. And they're kind of staggered. They go across the field, but they are staggered. The one in the middle is farther south than the other. In fact, the ones on the west are farther north. Then you get the ones on the east. And this racer is going to come right down the center of the road. Already hollering at the crowd. Just kind of tossed it away, I think. .186. There was the throw on the X. But remember, there's not really a corresponding X to the triangles. So if you come down the center, we'll still measure it to the closest X. So we won't measure to that X. But here's the windup. Again, it's 186.
Art, that's Patty Nils from Marianna, Arizona in Listo. And there's a nice throw.
He's in the triangle, so that will get measured to the X that we're standing closest to. So a nice throw on the X in the center, and then he gets his correct orange marker in the triangle. Watching the pack, they're all lined up to the north now, so now they have to decide when do they drop, reduce their altitude to come in over the field. The red racer might be coming in to the pole one off of the center. I'm thinking he's going to split the poles as well. As he passes by the poles. And yeah, the wall's working. When you come down the east side, you get pushed to the east. There's a high throw from the red racer. Looks very close to the center.
Art, that was right on the center, and that's Hopper Buckner from right here in Albuquerque. His 15th Balloon Fiesta, flying the usual is the name of his balloon. Nice throw, Hopper.
So the first wave is coming through. There's about 7 or 8 coming through. Hopper's going to wind up his orange marker. There's the throw, just outside the triangle.
Art, right now on camera we have banner 8084. Looks like he's coming and he may ring a
Peg
pole.
Bilson's going for the ring.
Oh!
It just bounced off.
That's Chase Sanders flying black ice.
Bilson. So I've got 079 coming at me, which is the red, white, and blue. Here's a throw right on the center of the X by the solid yellow balloon, number 61. The zigzag balloon just off the center. Both of them going to fly right over the triangle and be able to drop onto that. Number 79, the red, white, and blue.
That's Texas Bandit, Job Skinner from San Angelo, Texas.
067, the yellow one. Really nice drop on the X. Really good position in the triangle. There's another great throw by 079, the red, white, and blue. And he's got a great line for the triangle as well. 118. 118 is the yellow and blue coming right over the X as well.
That's Jen Brimley from Heber City, Utah, flying Gala.
We're watching that, and he's waiting to just drop even closer to the triangle. While 118 just sets theirs on the X. And they're going to have a great line for the triangle as well. Fiesta Gold coming in, going to be over the center X. It looks like Mark Sullivan flying it. And there's J.B. Aiken dropping his. Flies our balloon camera every other day for us.
And he's flying 8-bit. JB right
he's
from...
He's winding up. Oh, that's okay. He's still got room to be able to get over to the triangle. The red, white, and blue Hartzell balloon is number 17 dropping in. Just outside for JB.
That is Joe Hartzell from San Angelo, Texas.
The dollar sign balloon is 159. The dollar sign balloon is 159, Ted.
Got it. That is
Joe
Kenny
in
J.
the red, white, and blue Texas racer.
Kenny J in the number 159 from X is Money. Looks like he may score some.
Joe Hartzell just dropped right up. There's a pile of orange markers at the tip of that diamond on this side already, that triangle. I see Sean Spiker in gut punched his green and blue balloon with the skull on it. He's going down the west side of the field. There's a great throw. Nice throw.
Art, we're watching up here, and that hit right in the center of the X. The beanbag is right in the center of that X.
Yep. 018, that's Sherry White in the purple spiral racer coming right down the center of the road. And a nice, another one on the pile on the end of that triangle. There's a wing by number 27, the red, yellow, black stair-step balloon.
That is Kimberly Whiteman from Camas, Utah, flying Flamboyant.
She's getting her orange marker out as well. I see Keith to catch while we'll watch Kimberly. And it's in.
Right in the triangle. Very nice.
I thought Keith to catch might have had a line on the pole on the far west side. Mostly blue racer, kind of stair step, but he's kind of going back up now, so he might go make another attempt. .145 is going to come basically in over the center. He might make it to the western. There's the throw on the center X.
Art, that is E-Racer, flown by Ian Whitling from right here in Albuquerque.
He's got the big old wind-up. He lets it fly. It's going to be too soon outside the triangle. This Ultra Magic Racer, silver one coming in. Johnny Petrid.
Flying Photo Finish is the name of the balloon.
He's going to be able to just set it right there.
Nice throw, Johnny.
Concentrating on the triangle now. He's going to go right over the tip, too, so he's going to add to that pile of orange markers. Little toss right there.
Art, it looks like we have High Class Hottie,
right.
which is that yellow balloon with the turquoise stair step, flown by Leroy Clare and Corey Bloom. They threw their marker for the pole and obviously did not make it, but they're headed your way.
We'll watch. So the camera I'm with is between one of the X's and the triangles. We have another camera angle out here that is out by the poles. So if you see something coming with the poles, let me know. They're obviously a little farther away from me. And so if you see something coming in there, let me know. We'll pick it up.
Will do, sir. Will do.
A marker from the blue one over on the east side. Hey, it's in the scoring area. But we have a pile of baggies on the center of not only my X, but at least the center X as well.
And listen to the crowd cheer out there.
So the yellow Ultra Magic that's coming in now is 076.
That is either Adriana or Jose, flying from Madrid and or Barcelona, Spain.
They could both be in the basket. One's flying and one's about ready to throw. There's the windup from 7-6.
Looks like Adriana is throwing.
Yeah. The conversation, keep me down. We got to get the orange one in the triangle. Want to get up as far as they can. They want to get as far away from the X I'm standing next to. It's on the fabric. That should be good. That should be good. On the far west side, on the X, the black, purple, and white. Had a great drop on the hesitation wall X. Pink, light blue, dark blue, vertical stripes.
I'm looking.
I think this is Shane Richardson. 9-7. Should be Shane. And here comes Pat Irwin with our balloon camera right over the center of the field as well.
That is Shane Richardson you were referring to from Henderson, Nevada. And when he's not flying in balloons, he is a captain for Southwest Airlines.
So Pat's kind of going back up. I wonder if he's going to make another pass or they're going to throw from high. That's the racer that starts yellow at the bottom, kind of moves through the different shades of orange and red at the top.
And we got a great view from our balloon cam of Pat. It looks like he's going to throw from here. So look out below. And there it is.
And there's the red one right after it. Yep, first one was yellow. They look like they're in. So that's twice this week. Pat Irwin has flown our balloon live camera right into the target area. Just the three.
And we got a great shot on Balloon Fiesta Live.
What a great crowd we have out here today.
Yeah, we got a great shot right now of Pat flying, and along with our first-time camera person, Angel, her first flight, and she's doing a fantastic job up there. You can get all this action on Balloon Fiesta Live with Art Lloyd Jr. down on the field. I'm Ted Maes up at the rooftop studio, and we have another gaggle of balloons headed your way, Art.
Joe Candelaria in his blue and yellow racer just went down the west side. I see Eric Greenwood in his yellow balloon with the red silhouette of New Mexico. He's also on the west side. The name of his balloon, Entrapment. Following him is Colin McClung in the Freedom balloon. And then we have the red, black, and white vertical pieces. I should remember who this is. Followed by Dave Eichhorn and Marauders Mark. So coming in, there was a quick toss of the ring that doesn't make it. Colin in the Freedom balloon. I'm kind of watching, see if he might get a pole over on the west side. We're a little bit far away to be able to see the perspective. The red, black, and white, and blue just dropped her up. But Colin is pat. Dave Eichhorn in the yellow and orange is headed that way as well. Eric Greenwood from high, the yellow with the red silhouette, dropped on his triangle, looked like it might have been outside. I believe the name of this blue one with the kind of yellow sunrise on it is Sunrise Mini. Followed by the Beef Council balloon. Trent Caldwell flying for the Beef Council. It's what's for dinner. Beefy Boy. Couple of attempts on that far pole. Following in the Beef Council is Zarek Wells in the yellow balloon with the black mustache. The name of that balloon is Guilty.
Hey, Art, I think Beefy Boy just kind of missed with the ring there, or the toss.
Well, Trent, there's a nice drop from the Sunrise Mini balloon, blue with the kind of white sunrise on it. Nice drop on the X. Dave Eichhorn in the yellow. That same Sunrise balloon going to make a nice drop with their orange. They've kind of shifted to the X and the diamond or the triangle on the west side from us.
Yes, that is either Jeff Spear, Ryan Lowenstein, or it could be Al Lowenstein in Sunset Rise. Banner number 130. Art, it looks like the wind now is actually pushing many of these competitors kind of around that dividing rod to the western half of the targets. I'm watching them make their approach from up here. They're really going around, and right when they get to the northernmost tip of Fiesta Field, where they are able to drop below that 75-foot marker, I'm seeing it just almost again swing right around where the Los Globitos are on the north end of the field.
Yes, I see them setting up, and we're going to kind of shift our position and move over to the west because that's where everything is happening. This blue, silver, black is going to be right over the X. There's a great shot, drop on the X. And of course, because the wind on the deck is basically moving directly from north to south, if you get over the X on either side, it lines you up nicely for the triangle. And here comes the orange drop from the silver racer, and it's right in the tip.
If it's that silver one with the blue and the white and the black, that's uncorked Scott Hutchinson, local pilot from Albuquerque, his 4th Balloon Fiesta.
That would be Scott.
Banner 37.
The balloon that at one point was, well, don't remember the name of it. It's the red and blue with the silver. It used to belong to Tom Caius. I think it's Jared Trainer flying it now, if you'll double check me on that.
If you see them start spinning, let me know and I'll, because I'm looking at all three of these.
I am looking for you, sir.
082. Indecisive where to throw, he says. He's kind of between the X's, but there they go, the blue marker on the X. Now he's got to get out the orange or red marker, get it in the triangle.
And you were correct, sir, that it was.
With the windup in the center of the triangle. That'll work.
It's a point. It scores points. That is Jared Trainer from Albuquerque flying Dream On.
The black verticals with the primary colors. I think he just dropped on the X. See if he gets the orange one into the triangle. Marker in hand. There's the drop. Inside. Blair Kaufman in Hearts of Fire, or Heart's Desire, from above, the purple with the hearts on it, went high, dropped both his white marker towards the X and his purple one, or his orange one towards the triangle. Now, of course, as soon as I've moved over to the west side of the field, the balloons are coming down the east side. This is Dot, the white balloon with the polka dots on it. James Bowman flying Dot. I think he's going to go high. Next one up would be the pink, teal, and yellow verticals with the purple horizontals. Trying to see how close to the pole. Going to come past it. Also on the east side, the red, white, and blue with the arrows, Natasha Stanky. At the same time, I've got a red, white, and black one, number 146, coming down the west side. And coming down the center, the old Intel balloon. 0, 5, 3, or 5, I can't tell.
Well, the red, white, and blue, navy blue balloon on the west side, that's Edward Gordon from Austin, Texas, flying Freedom 1.
So the red, black, and white just dropped on the X. They've got the orange one out. 58. 58 for the old Intel balloon. Coming right down the center. And a little toss off to the side. Didn't unfurl it, which could be an issue, but it kind of bounced right off the center. Natasha's going right over the target, the triangle on the east side.
That is the balloon
There's
Shenanigans.
The
nice toss. That is balloon Shenanigans.
Shenanigans being the old Intel?
Yeah, the old Intel balloon Shenanigans. Derek Grassbaugh from here in Albuquerque, or Ross Briggs from Rio Rancho.
Just outside the triangle with his orange. Natasha in the red, white, and blue racer did get her orange inside the triangle. There was a toss on the ring, 156. Board, if you will, with the purple, teal, and gray. And we're only 34 minutes into competition. We've got another 55 minutes to go.
Art, and you have some...
150 is that green one.
150, okay. That's Daniel Hyde from here in Albuquerque in Incline. Incline, Daniel Hyde, Danner 150 on the east side of the field, making an approach. Art, you have many, many more balloons that are still inbound, so you should have another partial gaggle and then a gaggle after that as they make their approach into the final day of competition at the 53rd annual ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. I am Ted Maes on top of the Tom Rutherford deck, and I have Art Lloyd Jr. down in all of this madness on the field. So Art, what are the conditions down there now from about 10 minutes ago? Because I'm seeing more changes.
Well, it just continues to kind of swap back and forth a little bit. The speed, the direction coming at us continues to come mostly out of the north and basically the same speed. So that hasn't changed. But what we keep feeling is just a little bit of shift to the southeast, a little bit of shift to the southwest as things just kind of, just adjusting just a little bit. And, of course, these guys coming in, it depends on how lucky they are is whether they've lined up for it to go east. Does it stay that way? Are they lined up for it to go west? Does it stay that way? Or does it change and put you in the exact wrong spot of the field? But you're right. We have probably about a 3-minute break here before all the competitors get back. I just keep looking. What a great day out here while it's kind of cloudy. We've got a race. I said 3 minutes, right? Make me a liar. Here comes a racer dropping in.
Yeah, you have actually a couple of them. It looks like one to your east and one to the west.
Both of them, yeah. West is 286. There's the yellow marker. Right, nice drop.
That's either Will Lapointe or Mark Epperson in Twister.
And I think that is Peg Bilson's racer on the east side. There's her orange drop right inside.
Yes, I'm watching Peg right now, piloted in. I can see her live on Balloon Fiesta Live, and if you're out on the field, you'll see Peg come right down.
A good opportunity to remind everybody out here on the field that you can go back and watch all of this competition at BalloonFiestaLive.com. In fact, you can go back and watch the last 8.5 years of Balloon Fiesta Live and see all of the action. Nearly 400 hours of live, commercial-free, uninterrupted Balloon Fiesta Live coverage. It's all at BalloonFiestaLive.com.
Hey, Art, while we wait for this next grouping of balloons to make the field, they are having the Los Globitos on the north end of the field. That's sponsored by the city of Las Vegas, New Mexico. You can go up to the north end of the field as they finish off competition and hang out with those little RC quarter-size balloons. There are a lot of fun ones out there. Again, Los Globitos, sponsored by the city of Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Quite a showing of the Globitos out there as J.J. Mancini and Mr. Sprinkles. Purple, kind of pink and teal. He's going to be over on the east side of the field.
Now, Art, this one with the spiral store case coming down, it looks like it's coming towards one of the poles. I'm kind of far away, but it looks to me like it's got a good tack on a pole.
I was just about to mention that one, Ted. And if he doesn't get pushed too far east, he could have a good line on this center pole. There is a push to the east.
That's Christopher Healy from Goshen, New York, and Tim Roden from Fishkill, New York, flying I Get Lucky Sometimes. And you know what? They may get lucky right now.
A little push to the east, ring in hand.
Oh, just missed it.
Oh, over the top.
Well,
but he's got a great line.
He looks like he's lucky enough to score today, though, because it looks like he's going to be headed to one of your X's.
Well, there you go. Right on the center X. Boom. Hit the center. Looked like it bounced off just a little bit. But now he's got a really nice line for the try. J.J. Mancini got in close enough to throw on the X. And both of these guys are going to throw in the triangle. J.J.'s looks like it might be outside.
Oh, and that one just missed too.
That one. JJ on the board of directors of the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta.
What a great day for not only Kids Day out there. We had our mini mass ascension, and now all these competitors coming in down to you, Art. It's been a fabulous final Friday here for our day activities at the 53rd annual ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. Art, are you ready for some more? Because there's some more coming your way.
You're right. I see another batch queuing up. Kind of interesting how they all like to come in waves.
And from our vantage point up here on the rooftop studio, those little Los Globitos actually look like balloons as they come down because they're all making their descent into the field. It's really looks like there's even more coming at us than there really are.
Yeah. So I see John Schmidt with the red and blue with the yellow. Of course, the white equator from the 5280 Flyer, I believe is the name of his balloon. Looks like Flying Circus with Neil Jackson with the yellow, orange, and blue verticals. And right in front of him, or to the south of him, the yellow balloon with the multicolor spikes and diamonds at the top. They're just coming in over the north end of the field, still trying to make those final, like I was talking about before. When I get to the ground, when I get there, is it going to go southeast or southwest? You don't seem to go directly to the south.
That yellow balloon is Hermosa. That yellow balloon, Art, is Hermosa, banner 101, flown by Alex Bartra from Rio Rancho. And they're eyeing the pole, but it's very deceiving looking at what we're seeing on the screen as to what actually is right in front of you. So it looks to me like they're going to head a little bit east of it. But he's sitting up on the side of the basket. You can see that. And he's actually videoing it with his phone.
We'll need to go get on his video. He actually could make, no, not quite. I was thinking he might make the one off to the side, but that, so if that pole off to the side would have been farther south, they would have been great. Throw the ring anyway. They got the marker ready for the center X. Little throw, just a little overthrown, but it's still great score. Get the orange marker out. Morning. Bounced off the ring, off the pole, I should say. While Alex winds up the orange. Neil Jackson throws his on the center of the X. Good morning, Neil. He's got his orange one. He's waving. He's paying attention to flying the balloon, which is exactly what he should be doing. The pink one with the black cross just had a great throw on the X, while John Schmidt's coming down the east side. 001, our returning Fiesta champion, winding up, coming down the center of the road, winding up his orange, and the throw's a little short.
That's Cody Robinson from Kansas City, Missouri, flying Grand Banana.
From high above, the blue and yellow dropping their markers from high. All of a sudden we see markers coming down from the sky. I'm not sure which coughing is flying the balloon on the far east side. Mark or Steve. The yellow, black, and orange zigzag balloon. Might be plot twist. And 068, the red, white, and blue that's coming down the west side of the field.
That's Rusty Miller or Frederick Poole in Stars and Stripes, banner 068.
So he's got his marker out, already south of the poles.
We're watching him on the monitor. He's wadding up the marker. It looks like he's going to go for the throw.
He should be right over that X.
There's the throw.
And a little throw. Looks good.
Nice
Get
toss.
the orange one out. Get to the triangle.
There's the wind.
Little wind up. And the toss.
It looks right on the edge. I can't
hard to tell
from here.
from our angle.
Yeah, kind of hard to tell.
Yep. The fabric is hot, which means it's good. If you're outside the fabric, it's not. Here comes a announcer's nightmare. A pair of identical balloons. Although the crew would say, well, one of them's got flags.
I think the one without
the
one without the flag is Teardrop Cowboy, flown by Stacy Eldridge from Rio Rancho. That's banner 32. So if you can get me some banner numbers, I can clarify it for everyone.
Okay. In the meantime, we have the blue with the white colors going around the equator, the old Viva Cameron pattern balloon that has that bulbous look. They're going to split the poles, but have a great line on the X's and the triangles. Yeah.
Well, they threw their ring, and they're now headed your way to do the X right here, and then the triangle, Art.
So kind of a little wind up with the marker. Right at the legs of the X.
Not a bad toss.
But but headed directly for the triangle there. 3-2 is one of those patterns.
That's Stacy Eldridge
the far
right there.
one to the west. Yeah, that one's on the far west. Let's do this one. Checkerboard pattern coming right down the center of the field.
That is Art.
Now he's getting that push to the east.
That is Art Palmer from Middletown, New York, flying the balloon. Aha. Banner 121.
Just as you said that, the balloon rotated so we can confirm the banner number.
Thanks, Art. And Art. Double Arts on the field right now.
And Art.
We're watching Art with the ring. He just tossed
There's
it
the
down.
ring toss. It's short. But now that he's crossed the road, the direction changes straight south. He's going to come right over the center of that center X. No throw necessary, just drop it right on the center. Nice throw, Art.
Very nice, Art.
Passenger hands him the orange marker. He's going to have to do a little throw or wind up on this one. There's the wind. There's the throw.
Oh, just missed
Short.
it. I believe he's got his wife Ann in there with him, but this is Art's first balloon fiesta. So just the fact that he made it over the field and got some scores, a tremendous job by the pilot of AHA.
Absolutely. So we have Meow Wolf coming in, as well as the EOS balloon. That's the white one with the multiple reds and pinks going up. That's Ralph Kaiser from here in Albuquerque. And then a little higher, we've got the yellow spikes with the balloon on the top. That should be Mike King. So I love this. Ralph's just going to kind of eclipse Meow Wolf. And right on the deck, things are just all of a sudden moving more to the southeast. Both of the Meow Wolf and EOS are headed that way, but up 100 feet, the yellow one is still going directly to the south.
And you were correct, that was Mike King in Upsy Daisy, banner 036. You know, Art, we've talked about this.
Let's watch Meow Wolf. Sorry, let's watch Meow Wolf. They're throwing the ring. Miss. And Mike's going to come in and land right in front of you, looks like.
He is headed my
Ralph
way.
in EOS and Meow Wolf going back up, find another spot to land or attempt another pass. Target is open until 9:30. That's another 39 minutes by my watch.
Well, Art, if you look up to the northwest, you'll see a yellow and blue checkerboard balloon with pennants flying from it. He has actually done that. He made the western half, did not make the field, pop back up, and he is going back northeasterly. So there is some steerage up there still. That's if they want to spend the time and the fuel to make that happen.
And actually, the balloon coming down over West Wind, which is the far west road, the kind of pixel patchwork balloon, this is their second pass. They came back and came around in one of those first waves, and I saw him kind of shoot up out of here, and so he's made a pass. It's not quite as close as the first one because the box early was rolling to the west.
And it's starting to break up a little bit, and you name that balloon almost perfectly. It's Pixel Perfect, flown by Kyman Kingsley from Miller, Missouri.
Far east, the orange and kind of light gray and purple. That should be Volcanic Motion, Sandra Van Wy. She's going to be over on the east side of the field. So unless something changes, we don't see a marker coming from her. But I've got three more coming that are on the west side of the field, which means as they come over the field, they'll probably get pushed to the southeast. You got the yellow with the purple stair steps and cross on it. You have the multi shades of blue with the white. And then you have a purple one with silver stair steps and black at the top.
We are on those, Art. We're actually seeing on Balloon Fiesta Live right now some live footage from our Balloon Fiesta cam inside of Pat Irwin's balloon. He is actually over the diversion channel just west of you, but he's shooting back towards the field. All three of those balloons you were talking about. And we will wait for those to get to you. We spoke earlier in the week that broadcasting a competition in ballooning is a lot different than broadcasting like a basketball or football game. We know who those players are out on the field. We have no idea who's coming to the field first until we can see a banner number. So to your point, unless you know the balloon or you can see the banner number, our broadcast is a lot more difficult than your typical basketball or football or even baseball game.
And, you know, talking about Pixel Perfect making the box, Pat Irwin, as you mentioned, came over the field, makes some great drops on the targets. I did see him go high, and as you've pointed out, he is now coming down just off the west side of the field. He's out there by Tall Steve and Monty the Black Sheep. And a little farther south, there's Hot Stuff. That was the name of the balloon, and hopefully Elisa Talbert, who's now is the owner and pilot of that balloon, is going to change it back to Hot Stuff so we don't have to learn a new name.
Exactly.
Kind of picking on Elise a little bit, but that's all right. Good friends. And I know she watches Balloon Fiesta live, so good to see you, Elise.
And we're talking about her, and she didn't even make the target today.
I know.
I'm trying
today's the day she probably wishes we weren't talking about her.
Right, right. I'm trying to make out that purple balloon with the stair steps and the black top. I don't know if you have a number for me.
Not yet. The yellow one is 175.
175 is Tim Strand from Lake Ariel, Pennsylvania. Calming Effect of Sunrise is the name of his balloon.
The purple number is totally on the side of the basket we can't see.
It is facing the west, the way he's throwing. We're looking at banner 175.
So the multicolor blue and black is carrying their banner for us. As I walk too far away from our camera. Nice throw on the X.
And you can see that shift now from the west to the east that you were speaking of that's really gotten more predominant over the last probably 15 minutes. And I can almost see that banner. It's something 07.
And the yellow one we were talking about, just a nice drop of the orange marker in the triangle. Coming in the west side of the field now is the Spirit of Fiesta balloon. We'll have to get closer to see who's actually flying that one today. But then I see stepping up the Racer on the north end coming in, as well as the new Sunflyer balloon. That's the kind of teal balloon with the big yellow Zia on it. You may have seen a dark blue balloon with the yellow Zia on it. That is the previous version of the Sunflyer balloon. Josh Bacon flies that.
Art, that purple balloon that makes some scores is Purple Haze, flown by Jason Davis from Milo, Iowa. He's now down safely into the loving arms of Mother Earth. If you know, you know.
Absolutely.
We're getting some great shots up here on Balloon Fiesta Live of Pat Irwin and our Balloon Fiesta Live cam. They are still floating nice and slowly on the western half after they cleared that diversion channel. It looks like they're right over about 4th Street.
Stepping up is starting to drop in. That's the yellow and red and green and blue stair-step pattern. And maybe you can see who's flying Spirit of Fiesta as they come down the west side of the field. I'm thinking it might be Ray Bear.
It is definitely Ray Bear.
Kind of high, but the idea is to throw now before you get to the X so that the marker continues to move and drops in basically at the legs. Now he's got to get the orange one out. And a little wing it there. And he's in it.
Nice job, Mr. Bear. Art, the Step It Up balloon.
And so we'll turn our attention to Step It Up.
Yeah, that's being flown by either Aaron Gebhardt or Luke Thompson. Aaron from Indianola, Iowa, or Luke from Pella, Iowa.
I can't tell you how many people have taken that path right between the center pole and the first pole to the east. We've watched that over and over again this morning.
They threw their ring and it just bounced at the base. There is a more distinctive right or left-hand turn as you're flying from the north to the south that's really started to build in as we are getting later in the evening or in the morning here. Yeah.
Throw from the back of the basket, and it was just a little bit to the south of the center, but still a great throw. While we watch Stepping Up go into the triangle, I'm also keeping my eye on the black balloon with the peacock-type feather colors going up, coming down the east side. 095. I think that's what it is.
It is. It's Linda Drummond from Monument, Colorado, flying Positive Attitude. And I know she's from Colorado because someone in that basket's wearing a Colorado t-shirt. I can see it from here. And she was winding up.
Toss a little short.
Yeah, she was winding up and got it caught in the rigging as they fly by.
Well, she's still got some room. Off to the west of the center of the X. Now they're throwing a white one. Okay, I'm not. They're just dropping all kinds of markers out there. They dropped 2 on the X and 2 in the on the triangle. So that'll be interesting for our scoring team to figure out. So Josh Bacon in Sunflyer. The kind of light blue-green and yellow Zia. Going to go right down concession row. Josh might do a little shopping while he's over there. Going down the far west side, he's actually over the ditch. Yellow at the top with the maroon and orange coming up. That's going to be Neil Smith and his balloon Indecisive.
Art, it appears
coming
like
into the target area. We're going to talk about the racer, right? The green stair steps that turns into orange and yellow. You know, another box balloon, I think I see the Freedom balloon way up high out to the north. And you may remember we called them as they came by. So at least a few folks have gone up and are making a second attempt. And actually, as I'm looking out to the west, I see the Iona balloon. That's the blue one. Probably, we could probably get it on camera. Folks here on the field won't necessarily be able to see it. It's a blue balloon with the orange and red verticals and stars on it. It's Jerry Palmer. That balloon used to be an Arizona balloon. You take off the ARZ and you get Iona. He was on the edge, the western edge of the field early on in the competition. He's played that box, but as we've been saying all morning, the box is rolling to the west. So he's even farther west on his second pass.
And we're getting a great shot of some Canadian geese flying south for the winter with our hot air balloons.
Well, as they went over the field, they were actually going east to west, but I'm sure they'll be making that turn to the south.
Maybe they made that. They made
is this racer coming across the center of the field?
I'm sorry, the number again, sir?
083.
That is Alan Anderson from Maiden, Nevada, flying Pixie Stick.
Right through that, between those two poles again. So this is one of those dilemmas. Do you throw on the center X, or do you wait to get to the eastern X? He's thinking about it. Decided to throw on the center X right between the legs. Now he's got the orange marker in hand. I think a good choice. He was definitely closer to the center X than the eastern one. So a little wind up of the orange. It goes flying. I can't quite tell if that bounced in or not.
It is in the marker. It is in the scoring area, Art. It is in.
Excellent. Yellow balloon, blue and orange darts. Going to be the next one in. He might be far enough west that he's not going to hit that alley. If he catches that same drift, that would put him on a great line for the center pole.
That's banner number 117, Art.
I just found that. I just saw it.
That
He
is,
didn't get the push.
That is Sean Krause from Zachary, Louisiana, flying the balloon. Really? And he threw his ring.
Gave a toss of the ring off to the, yeah. Kind of doing the split on the other side of the center pole. So as he's getting just a very, very, very slight push to the west, but for the most part, he's got a straight south line coming through here, different than the last 3 or 4. He's going to wind up throwing the center X. Oh,
hit his GoPro.
Caught it in the camera.
Hit his GoPro.
So now he's going to wind up and throw the orange marker towards the triangle. And a wing, and a prayer, and it's short.
Well,
remember, there's actually 3 different targets out here, Ted. We've got poles out on the north. There are 5 poles that have $2,000 on them if you're able to ring the pole. Not sure that anyone has gotten on the pole. We had a report there might be one, but not sure that we certainly haven't confirmed that. There are 3 X's out here. The center X, which we're standing the nearest to. In fact, let's walk up this way, Eddie. There are 3 X's that are part of the hesitation waltz task, and you need to get any color other than orange the closest to the center of the X. And we can just kind of take a look at how many are here on just this X. Remember, there are 2 others as well. And then the third task is to drop an orange marker inside one of the triangles. We will measure the distance of your orange marker from the closest X. So let's walk, it's going to take us a second. Let's walk over to one of the triangles, because early on in the competition there was becoming a pile of orange markers on that spot, the farthest south tip, which is the farthest distance from the center of the X, which in this task is the best score.
And Art, we actually have a camera down, it looks like on the eastern triangle from our crack production team from Windfire Productions. And yes, you're exactly right. There are a ton of them down there.
Yeah, I see the other camera crew there now. In fact, maybe Eddie can get this shot of all the ones that are in and out. The shot that I'm looking at here, all these orange ones that are outside the fabric, unfortunately, no score for those markers. All those that are inside, and there are two of these. There's this one that we're standing by, and there's one over on the other side of the field that has a number of orange markers in it as well. So you could be very close to the tip on this triangle, yet somebody's closer to the tip on the other one, and they'll have a better score than you.
And we're looking for the maximum distance, correct, Art, from that X to the end of the triangle.
Absolutely. You have to be in the triangle, and whatever the maximum distance is from the center of the X, that's going to be the best score. And they measured it off, and it was 50 meters from the center of the X to the best scoring position. So if you're less than 50, then you're farther down the list in the scoring today.
And for everyone out on the field, 50 meters is approximately 164 feet. To put that in perspective for you, if you can't convert that meters to feet, we'll help you here on Balloon Fiesta Live. Art, it looks like we're down to 3, maybe 4, but I'm not sure if they're going to make it to the field. I know we have about unofficially 20, 21 minutes left with the field being open for competition. We may get 1 or 2 in here. It looks like Pixel Perfect, flown by Kyman Kingsley from Miller, Missouri, may have a chance. But I'm not sure about those other 2 or 3 out there on the horizon.
That would be pass number 3 for him. Yeah, that would be pass number 3 for Pixel Perfect.
And we can't count the Los Globitos
And the other 2
either.
are far enough out that, yeah, I can't figure out who the other 2 are a little farther out.
We will do our best to identify them, as they are the last 3 or 4 standing. Continuing to stand on the north end of the field, folks, are the Los Globitos, sponsored by the city of Las Vegas, New Mexico.
So, Ted, we've made our way over to the Eastern X. So, again, this is a target. They needed to throw a marker other than red or orange on this one. So they are measuring, writing down the scores, double checking. They're going to measure from here, and then this becomes the measurement point to that triangle as well. So these other color markers being measured to the center of the X, the closest to the center of the X, is the best score on this target. If there were an orange one here, it would be outside the triangle and not measurable. But all the other colors being measured to the closest to the center of the X of the weighted part of the marker. It's kind of like a bean bag on one end with a long fabric tail.
And we're watching that live right now on Balloon Fiesta Live. If you'd like to go back and watch today's,
and as you can see, once they measure,
if you'd like to go back and watch today's competition, yes, go ahead. I'm sorry, Art.
So, yeah, that's fine. So the idea is they pick up the end of the tail, they read the banner number off, that gets recorded. Now he's measuring to the weighted part, making sure that the tape is straight. Reads the measurement off. It is recorded. They verify that it's recorded. Then they pick the marker up, hand it back, and you can see how many she has. That was just on this X. Remember, there are 3 X's in this hesitation waltz competition. Or task, I guess, because all of the tasks add up towards the overall scores, and we'll present those and crown a new Fiesta champion tomorrow afternoon at our awards brunch. While we won't broadcast that live, we will record it and post the recording to balloonfiestalive.com. So before tomorrow night's Balloon Glow, you should be able to watch the awards competition. The awards brunch, I should say.
Hey, Art, we have those 3 remaining balloons. We can identify 2 of the 3. One is Pixel Perfect, as you mentioned. That's their 3rd pass over the field as they approach from the north. To the very far right with the orange and the green, that is Touch of Magic, being flown by Truman Word from Brownsville, Texas. This is his first Balloon Fiesta, and we are working on to try and see if we get that balloon in the center to turn around so we can tell you exactly who that is.
Pixel Perfect does seem to have a little bit better line this time around. So as soon as we point out that the box keeps rolling to the west, somebody finds a way to roll it to the east.
And part of competing in a balloon is the word patience. You need to be very patient, especially with conditions like this, where you're able to make multiple passes over Fiesta Field or any competition field. When you have these conditions, the more patient you are, the more opportunities you have, the more opportunities you have to score points as well as win money.
So we'll go ahead and do a little housekeeping business here as well. For those of you here on the field, remember that there are merchandise tents to the north and the south end of the field. You can get your pins, patches, all your souvenir clothing, and check out the programs and calendars. The programs have pictures of all of our balloons in them. Some great articles in there about Balloon Fiesta, including a great article about Balloon Fiesta Live and all the preparation it takes to put this show together for you. This is our 9th year doing Balloon Fiesta Live. All the archives, as we've mentioned, on balloonfiestalive.com. And we'd love to hear your comments about our broadcast. You can send us an email at balloonfiestalive@balloonfiesta.com. That's balloonfiestalive@balloonfiesta.com. If you hit our webpage, you'll be able to just click a button. It'll open your email for you. We'd love to hear from you, see your pictures, especially if you're actually watching Balloon Fiesta Live. So here comes Pixel Perfect right down the center road. So he was able to roll that box back to the east. So the scorers are going to get out of the way of that center X. Reach over the side, throw. Right inside the legs.
Nice throw.
So now you want to see if you can get your orange marker over to the triangle. There's the big throw. And it's a little short. But he worked it. 3 times around. First 2 times didn't throw. Waited till the 3rd time. All that patience you were talking about. Got a great throw on the hesitation waltz center X.
Well, Art, and now there are 2.
And 12 minutes.
And I'm not sure if they'll be able to make that here in 12 minutes, but we will continue to watch the live coverage of the 53rd annual ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, the final day of competition here for our 2025 event. We started our day off today early in the morning with Kids Day, sponsored by Chick-fil-A. We then transitioned into our Dawn Patrol, followed by our sponsor of the day, Chick-fil-A, who flew out the American flag. Then we had our mini mass ascension, and then our special shapes rodeo, and then on to the competition that we're wrapping up now. It's been a wonderful morning here in Albuquerque. We got a lot more activity in than we've been able to, especially after last night. And I'm looking forward to this evening. I think some of this will blow through, Art, and we'll have an opportunity at a special shapes Glodio. What do you think?
I'm hoping that we'll be able to stand our shapes up tonight for the Glodio. And while today they were kind of confined to rows 1, 2, and 3, tonight we'll be able to spread them out a little bit more. And, of course, you'll be able to walk in amongst them tonight. Field opens at 3:30. Entertainment on the field. Team Fast Track scheduled to drop in at 5 o'clock for the national anthem. And our first jump, the bringing in the flag. We'll get our Rodeo underway around 6:30. Of course, there's some entertainment on the stage as well. On the schedule, 7:30, Fast Tracks jumps in with its pyrotechnics. The drone show should be back this evening at 7:45, and our afternoon fireworks as well. So another big night of activities here at Balloon Fiesta. And then tomorrow morning, it's a full mass ascension.
Art, I'm watching online. Our pilot Pat Irwin is down safely with our camera person Angel for her first flight. So they are down and packing up and headed back to Fiesta Field. While we wait for these last two competitors, then I would guess about the next 9 minutes they have, or they're so unofficially, to make it into the field.
And we've made our way to the center of the field, where at 9:30 we'll set off the smoke bomb or the smoke flare, signaling the official end of competition.
Art, you'll love this one. I just got an instant message on Facebook from one of our pilots, Zach Griego. Don't pull any more of your hair out, but he was in a different balloon today.
Good thing we didn't talk about him.
We have some Fiesta revelers down here.
I'm going to talk to folks. I'm going to have to talk to some of the Fiesta officials about how we can either enforce the fly this balloon all week or put banner numbers, or maybe we need to put banner numbers on the pilot. This is going to be really close for this one with the white equator.
Yeah, we're still trying to identify that one, and these revelers that are down here are throwing burritos up here to me on the rooftop studio. So you have a nice warm burrito waiting for you when you come back.
You said that our camera guy, camera balloon pilot, Pat Irwin, who we've been talking about the fact that there's always been this balloon camera curse, because for the last 3 years, every time we put our balloon camera in a balloon, they end up flying, they don't even get close to the field. And so we were kind of thinking there might have been a Balloon Fiesta Live camera curse on our balloons. But Pat Irwin has flown it twice for us in competition this week, and he has scored twice. So, Pat, thanks to you, it's no longer a Balloon Fiesta Live camera curse. It's a Balloon Fiesta Live camera blessing.
And hopefully a tradition going forward.
Well, JB Aiken, our other pilot, because they're alternating days of flying that, JB got back to the field today, too. So, great stuff.
Well, Art, I'm not sure if these two are really going to make it. The one with the white equator looked like they had an opportunity to, but it looks like they're being pushed far west. And I don't believe there's going to be enough time for the green and orange and yellow balloon that's to the northeast of Fiesta Field to actually get in before those smokes get set off.
I think I'm going to agree with you, but that orange and green one has been a little bit deceptive there. I thought he was looking farther out. All of a sudden, he looks a little closer. I'm with you. I don't think he's going to make it, but it's going to be close, especially if he can. If he were to drop down out there now, I think he'd pick up speed and he'd be here. Unfortunately, if you drop down out there now, you won't make it to the field. So you have that dilemma to deal with.
Well, I wouldn't have a problem if he made a liar of me, so we could at least get one more score here. So we will continue to watch and monitor.
Well, they've been doing that all week. Why not? Why change today, right?
Absolutely. We have a great shot right now live of both of them. So they're the final two. So, you know, you can go back and watch if this is yourself out there on Balloon Fiesta Live. In fact, you can watch all basically 9.5 years of footage that Balloon Fiesta Live has recorded. Just go to Balloon Fiesta and click on the Balloon Fiesta Live link, and it'll take you there. And you can watch yourself and all your friends and family over all these years out here at the 53rd Annual ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta.
And we just dropped under the 5-minute mark until the close of competition for 2025.
Art, who are our smoke people out there today?
We have Safety Officer Will Maes out here with the smoke this morning. I guess it is still morning.
Well, if we're under 5 minutes.
Actually, the sun just found a hole in the clouds.
I saw that. Well, if we're under 5 minutes, make sure that Will takes off his boots so he can count the time down.
He's giving me a side eye for you.
I'm only joshing with you, Will.
He says, sure you are. Far off the west side of the field, I do see Ken drawn in his yellow balloon with the red and blue diamonds. We see Ken in the target competition area a lot of times, but today it was one of those being pushed to the west, just like the white equator balloon with the blue and top at the bottom.
I believe
going to be off the west side of the field going down the diversion channel.
That may have been Ken's second or third pass as well, because he was in the mix early on.
You know, I thought he was.
I think he was really trying to get back, but the winds aloft were just not kind to him today. So he was doing his best job, but as that white equator balloon on the west side of the field is being pushed, that's kind of what happened to a lot of those competitors that were more towards the Rio Grande Valley. Then it started up over on the eastern side of the field. We actually have one more balloon. I'm not sure if they're a competitor or not. It looks, I just noticed it more on the east side, but there's that's way out there. There's no way they're going to get in here in time. Under probably 4 minutes now.
My watch has us under 3.
We're looking live at the mystery balloon out there with the white equator. Let's see if I can pull it up here on your state-of-the-art balloon spotter.
I don't know if our north camera could pick that up.
We've been trying, but every time they try to, it seems like it turns the other direction. Now they're playing games with us.
We'll figure out who it is. Might be after we get off the air. We'll call them out tonight. So just standing by, watching the clock tick down. Less than 2, minute and a half.
I'm looking right at that balloon, Art, and it looks like there's a balloon on a balloon, but I still don't have the banner number.
Hey, well, we've got you. Thanks for being out here today and watching our competition. We always schedule competition on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. All of the scores add up to the overall, which we award on Saturday afternoon. Of course, Saturdays, weekends, Saturday, Sundays, and midweek Wednesday are our Mass Ascension days. We do hold a little fun competition on Wednesday, but it does not count towards the overall. So still on the schedule this week, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, our Rodeo tonight, a Mass Ascension tomorrow morning, our Night Magic Balloon Glow tomorrow night, and a farewell Mass Ascension on Sunday morning. Hard to believe we're 2 days away from the end of the 2025 ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. And there's your smoke. So competition officially over for 2025. Now it's add up the scores, total the points, and get ready to award champions and cash to a lot of pilots tomorrow.
Well, Art, thanks for...
So from down here in the...
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to take it right from there. I'm just from down here in the target area. Another great day of competition. A lot of pilots scoring on the target area. I don't think anybody got a pole, but we got a lot of people on the hesitation waltz X's and a lot of people in the triangles in the single maximum distance drop task. I'm Art Lloyd Jr. I'm going to head back up there, but I think you can close it out for us, Ted.
You got it, Art. Thanks, everyone. Well, we're back up here on the rooftop studio, and we're going to wrap up our show here at the 53rd Annual ExxonMobil Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. I'd like to go over a couple, and if we can finish some of those viewer photos real quick, and then we'll wrap this up. We had talked about this. Here's Charlie, their Aussie, watching Balloon Fiesta live with us. We appreciate the photos. Again, if you guys would send in your photos, whether you're out on the field or having a party, to Balloon Fiesta Live at balloonfiesta.com. That would be tremendous. We asked for socks. We got socks. Thank you very much. Here's someone watching from Sonoma, California. They say sports looks a little different in their house, and there's nothing wrong with that. And here's someone on the way to work. Thank you that you're watching us on the way to work and not at work, but we will not rat you out if that happens. And since the folks from Eastern Tennessee can't be there, we are taking a look at their pictures. It's Caroline, 7 years old, and Deacon 4. So thanks for watching us on Balloon Fiesta Live. And finally, someone just got home from being there Sunday through Monday, and a flight in the sleep of thief bucket list item checked off. And a wonderful moon shot from the Albuquerque foothills of one of the Rainbow Riders Sundance balloons. Oh, and there's our friend Sherry with the beach-bound VW bus, stuck at home in Tennessee, but watching Balloon Fiesta Live. Thank you, Johnson City Sherry, for watching and sticking with us. We really appreciate it. And we hope you get back to Albuquerque soon. So there's the final Los Bitos. I guess there's two of them out there, again, sponsored by the City of Las Vegas. So as Art said, we have another round of action tonight here at Balloon Fiesta Park, starting with, if we can run that up there for it, show the folks what we have planned this evening. At 3 o'clock, we're starting the chainsaw carving competition, followed by the first dive by Teams Fast Track, sponsored by Accident Insurance Company. On stage at the Main Street stage will be Daryl Perry, starting at 5:15, and then we will start our special shape Rodeo at 6 o'clock, followed by another jump by Team Fast Track Skydiving, again sponsored by Accident Insurance Company. At 7:45, after the special shape Rodeo, we will have our drone light show, sponsored by Sandia Resort and Casino. And then at 8 o'clock, our after-work fireworks show. We'll wrap up the final Friday of the 53rd Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. So it's been a heck of a day today out here. We have one more piece of business I'd like to go over with you guys because Art is going to be pulling some winners for our license plate. And there's that balloon that finally made it back to the field. I think I was pretty much dead on with that, a little late. But we have these license plates. And if you have not signed up to win yet, you can do so by clicking the QR code that our crack staff is going to put up on the screen. Do that, and if you're able to register there, remember it's one time only, we will enter you to win a exact jacket, if I can get it here, off of, that the Special Shape pilots are utilizing, and we're utilizing on Balloon Fiesta Live. You'll receive a Balloon Fiesta Live logo jacket with our title sponsor of ExxonMobil as well. So, I think it's a wrap here today out at Balloon Fiesta Park. Thanks everyone for joining us. We appreciate it. For Ted Maes, or for Art Lloyd Jr., I'm Ted Maes. Until this evening, so long, everybody.
You've been watching Balloon Fiesta Live, powered by ExxonMobil. Want more balloon action? Visit the archive of Balloon Fiesta Live broadcasts at balloonfiesta.com. Thanks for watching Balloon Fiesta Live. This program is a production of AIBF Inc.